Hello and welcome to Nay Danger. It's great to be here, the start of a brand new campaign. It's going to be a much more long-running campaign than maybe some of the other things that you've seen us do here. It's going to be a great and exciting time jumping into the world of Cinderfall. But before we get there, I think it's really important that I introduce this cast of characters. Some of the faces you might recognise, some of them you might not. So let's start with a recognisable face and we'll make our way around. Who we got at the table?
So my name is Ross Wiseman. You might have seen me on the channel before in the hot seat over there. Yeah, excited to be playing this new campaign, DM Callum. It's gonna be fun.
I'm Donnie. You've never seen me before.
A man of mystery.
Never will again.
How long have you been playing D&D?
I have on and off been playing D&D for like several years. Well, I'm not very good at it.
Isn't good or
look
bad?
forward to that.
It's not be bad.
That'll become apparent as we go on.
You'll come to know that.
How many times have you recorded yourself?
Playing D&D? Never. Not playing D&D, no.
Next!
You're gonna be like herding cats. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is what the people want.
Hey, my name's Iain. I have been playing D&D since it was in Red Book, Basic Expert Companion, all of that. First time streaming this, really looking forward to getting into this campaign.
Hi, I'm Jonny, which you probably remember me. Yeah, I've been playing it for about 12 years now. Enjoying every single second of it, really. What can go wrong with a bit of D&D?
Hi, I'm Ollie. I have featured in various previously New Dice media, now Nay Danger. You may remember me from such programs as Unplanned Dungeon, which has not been released.
Yeah, but really funny.
Also,
Atlantia.
and
By the time this is out, it'll be
Friendship.
murder, mystery on the Europa Express.
Mystery on the Europa.
Or if it's not out, that's an exciting teaser.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Eldorado. Yeah.
I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 8 years, and I play the same character every campaign.
Nice. Yeah, I'm John. You won't have seen me before. I started playing D&D at the same time as Jonny. Unlike him, I still don't really know what I'm doing, so it's good.
Brilliant. And I am Callum. I'm the DM here for this campaign that we're going to be making our way through. So let's hit that intro. Do you vow to bear the lantern's flame? Cast light into hidden and forgotten, though it burns away comfort and reveals truths long buried. Do you swear to tread where maps end and stars falter? To brave the darkness beyond certainty, even when the path claims more than it yields? Will you take up the charge of the order, to guard the innocent, confront the wicked, and wield light with purpose, not by decree, but by judgment of your own honour, in step with those that came before? Do you bind your oath to this great quest, to seek not conquest, but understanding, not dominion, but justice? Now go, bear the light, let it burn against the dark, until shadows yield, or you are unmade. Welcome to Cinderfall, a world reforged amidst the roaring flames of industry, marked by the subtle hand of now distant divines, beneath skies that are darkened by soot. Nations rise and fall on tides of ambition, exploration, and arcane manipulation. Our tale begins in Eversmoke, the sprawling industrial jewel of Grand Avondale, a city whose relentless drive for progress hides sinister secrets beneath darkened alleyways. Over the course of a few initial sessions, which we played as a group off camera, our adventurers sharpened their resolve amidst gambling dens, bustling docks,
rowdy taverns of the Compass Key, commissioned by the Brass Lantern Expeditionary Society. They unravelled a murder plot woven in a deep deception, discovering that the alleged demise of Sylville was in fact nothing more than an elaborate ruse. Through these hidden exploits, our heroes have proven themselves keen of mind and resolute of spirit, earning membership within the ranks of the Brass Lanterns, once celebrated explorers illuminating darkness and uncovering hidden truths in the farthest reaches of the world. The society now stands weathered, diminished, its former brilliance flickering like a lantern atop their headquarters, the lighthouse. Yet still they remain vigilant keepers of knowledge, seekers of forgotten lore, and protectors against the creeping darkness. Now, after a few weeks of familiarizing themselves with the new society that they're part of, or more likely gambling and squandering away any financial gains that they may have made, our heroes are finally prepared for their first real expedition. Tonight, as lanterns gently flicker and shadows stir with anticipation, unseen eyes, perhaps even those of quietly observant divines, look on expectantly. The party about to venture forth into the bleak, mist-shrouded moorlands of Grand Avondale. Join us now as we journey into the unknown, as the lanterns say, to illumine what the world has forgotten. We're going to go round the room, and one by one, if you want to tell me give us a little description of your character, what do they look like, give us a feel for them, and where might we find them in the midst of the city of Eversmoke at this kind of moment in time. We'll start with Ross.
Yeah. Okay, so Kieran Rafferty is a tiefling not from Grand Avondale, but from Ironport across the sea. He's travelled here to kind of join the Lanterns with perhaps a companion who's joined him, but we'll see who that is later. So he's a red skinned tiefling with horns, but he's got this kind of like kind of Peaky Blinders look with this nice suit, but it's a little bit worn. It's a little bit well travelled in, and a kind of flat cap that sits between the horns. The horns don't go through it. We established this in Session 0. Where would he be? I think I don't know. I think he might be like by the sea. There is like a dock.
Yeah. You're in the Compass Key district, which is the dock. It's
So
one of the dockside
districts. Just be sitting sort of pondering the events that have happened, and maybe just looking out across the sea and imagining home.
Your little feet in the water.
Yeah, with a little fish.
I mean, there's quite big like industrial ships and stuff all around.
Making your feet dirtier.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's make our way around then. Who else have we got, Donnie?
In one of the larger city parks, in a clearing in one of the tree areas, there's this large group of kind of rugged Celtic men, all kind of singing shanty tunes and just gardening away while they go back and forth to a keg that they've set up. They have quite a sophisticated little camp that they've set up, just tending to little allotments that weren't there prior to their arrival. And they're all just having fun.
Like a 90s porridge advert.
Exactly that. Imagine that porridge advert. And they're all just gardening, singing, drinking, and in a kind of more ceremonial seat made of just whatever debris they found around sits the leader of their clan, Dole Alnus Macfarlane of the clan Macfarlane, dressed in a glimmering teal breastplate and armour with a tartan skirt/kilt on, and furs across his shoulders. He has kind of long bleached blonde hair, slicked back with kind of sea air and sea water, and a quite impressive moustache.
And I imagine that there's probably some of the well-to-do of society, sort of, some maybe looking on it at this sort of ruckus with kind of not terribly impressed. Others maybe lingering their eyes a little too long at some of the at the hard work that's going on. But yeah.
Yeah, we're not best liked in the area. We're making changes here.
Nice. Okay, let's keep on going. Who else have we got?
So in one of the smaller and less well-maintained workshops in the Royal Society of Botanical Sciences, we find Oleander Cornelius Beechwood working away at his botany experiments. He's an orc dressed quite formally, in probably in his shirt sleeves and waistcoat, with a tie, some kind of greying hair, but tied back so as not to get in the way. He is a druid, and so he's using like a druidcraft cantrip to sort of accelerate some of the experiments by getting things to flower and bud. Maybe he's heating up some kind of solution with a produce flame cantrip as well. You see that the work that he's working on is very messy, and he's having a hard time getting the ideas that he has into a format that's neat and presentable. Hoping against hope that he'll one day be accepted his reports and work by the Royal Society. Eventually gives up on that, stands up. You would notice that he walks with a bit of a limp, and he grabs a set of bone dice and heads out to join his friends at the Rusty Gauntlet, where there's always a game of passage going on.
Nice. Let's keep on going round.
Well, I suppose over in the Rusty Gauntlet itself, you see a hobbit, quite obviously a short person, a long brown hair that's sort of been swept back, and on top of it, a tan cowboy hat, which has got a couple of tassels hanging off of it. A long tan again, it's got this very samey colour scheme. A tan jacket with tassels coming down the sides just like that, pair of jeans below it, as he's currently mid-gambling with what looks to be quite a frustrated elf, as he's won for the third time in a row a small amount of money, not too much. That's not you to clarify. So I assume you're helping me out a little bit. So just gambling away as much as he can with a big smile on his face. Probably looks like he's been there for far too long and far too drunk.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I suppose by his side, that's maybe one thing to say, because that's kind of a bit of an obvious
Oh yeah,
one.
yeah.
There's an alligator next to him. Where
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way,
that's quite
You
important.
may
like,
notice.
an alligator's got like his coin pouch next to him, so that nobody will ever steal his money. That's the main trick he's got. But as people are sort of walking by, I assume they're maybe a bit disturbed by the fact there's a gator just chilling, not in the bayous, but in essentially a tavern of sorts.
Nice. Ollie?
And on a pier overlooking Kieran Rafferty, as he looks across the water, you see a beautifully, lovingly crafted wooden automaton propping himself on a barrel on the pier. And you can't tell if he's trying to camouflage himself or just look nonchalant. But this automaton looks... I mean, as far as automatons go, they're not very well known within the world, but like, as far as, you know, the difference between a domesticated robot and a self-actualized android is sort of somewhere in the middle there. But he definitely looks as though he's read Chicken Soup for the Soul recently. So take that as you look. You know the look when you see it.
Is the book just hanging off one of your branches?
Yeah, that
That's exactly it.
gives the whole thing
Gives it away,
away.
yeah.
Fuck. Whoops. Yeah, sort of crafted from a red oak of the Salatian coastline, a particular wood that is known to be harvested there. And in his beard, he's got a couple of Salation warblers who have nested themselves in his moss and lichen beard. Yeah, I mean that's most of it. He sometimes gets confused for a treant, which are more common in the new world, as far as we know. As far as I know. I don't know what you know, but that's what I know. But yeah, if you take a closer look, like clearly handcrafted, and a lot of attention to detail paid.
You're a bit like taller than me, right?
A bit taller, but my posture isn't great for a humanoid. It's more sort of ape-like stature, like what's on all fours.
Right. And then last but by no means least.
Indeed. So I'm Phineas McCaffrey. Fancies himself as a bit of a southern gent. Fancies himself as being quite intellectual, maybe a bit above people, but that might just be because of the hicks that he grew up with in comparison to them.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Cousin of Bo down there, young Cletus. Although clearly not actual cousins, they've always referred to themselves as cousins and come from the same town and are here on business and other things, seeking adventure and fortune. Dressed primarily in kind of white and walking with a little staff that he walks with. You're not quite sure if this is actually necessary or something of a kind of affectation that he likes to put on as part of his character.
And after taking some time in these various spots throughout the city, maybe one of the big clock towers dings, and you're aware of the time that you were called back by Edgar Thorne, who is the head of the Brass Lantern Society, for a meeting, setting out, if you will, for your first expedition. So you're called back, you make your way back to the lighthouse, each of you, which is the main headquarters of the Brass Lanterns. It sits right on the edge of the Compass Quay in Eversmoke, a grand looking building from the outside with a light on top of it, a little bit like a lighthouse, but more like a kind of mix of a lighthouse with an actual building, like a grander building. But at the same time, it's clearly weathered. It's maybe not quite as well cleaned as you might have expected of such a place. It clearly looks like it was grand once, but maybe its time has faded just a little bit. But each of you make your way back to this Brass Lantern Society that you have recently joined as a team. You gather in one of the drawing rooms off of the main kind of corridors of the lighthouse to meet with Edgar Thorne. As you all come in one by one, he kind of greets you. You've gotten relatively familiar with him over this last few weeks as you've been kind of established some of the training, some of the basics of what it is to be part of the Brass Lanterns. And as you all sit down, he's like, it is good to see you all. Welcome back. It's going to be fantastic. I'm so excited to get you all out there in the world on the missions. Are you all ready for it? Are you looking forward to it?
Casual indifference falls on the
We certainly are.
Did you ever get anywhere with thinking of what you might be referred to, what your code name was? I don't know if you ever did you ever work anything out with that? We can come back to it later.
I'm not sure if we're that far along that journey.
We had something in mind, didn't we? Last time I can't remember.
There were many suggestions, but none of them rang true.
I wonder if this is the sort of thing, once we establish a name for ourselves, maybe a way of doing things, a name will present itself.
Possibly on the road, you'll discover what's best to call you.
Yes.
Oh, here, you can't rush into these things, like...
Perhaps, what are all of our names? The first letter...
You want to make some sort of acronym?
This is the easiest way to find the true answer.
Probably a lot of consonants.
Okay. Yeah.
We have an O to work with.
C.
Ok.
C.
Dot.
D.
Oct. OCD?
C.
Annotated?
B. G.
I'm C as well.
F.
C.
B. G. F.
Oh, I'm C as well, please.
BFG. OCD BFG? Yeah.
That sounds perfect. Fantastic. I'll note that down. If you feel like you want to change it later, don't worry. It's now
Decorate,
recorded in the annals.
No, man.
Well, gentlemen,
Perfect.
I have your first expedition ready to go. We've been reached out to by a fellow in the far reaches of Avondale itself, out in the kind of southwestern coast. A small village of Havers Fen has reached out looking for aid, and well, I thought you lot would be the perfect lot to find out exactly what is going on. They seem a little bit suspicious, so I'll give you this letter first, if any of you wants to read it, which will clarify the setting of the situation, and then I'll also give you this report, which kind of breaks down just a little bit more of Havers Fen. I kind of looked through the archives as best as I could. We don't have all that much information on Havers Fen. It's a very remote little place. Apparently does some kind of moth farming of some sort or another. But with a budget of 100 gold to cover any travel expenses that you might have, and a carriage that is at the Brass Lantern's expense waiting for you to head out, it is over to you to go and try and discover what is going on in Havers Fen. The individual seems quite suspicious of their neighbours, if I understand correctly. People don't seem to be what they once were. They seem very suspicious, very worried and concerned of exactly what is going on with them. But we don't know too much more than that. Sometimes these things turn out to be nothing, and you'll go on a nice little trip across the country and back again. Sometimes there turns out to be a lot more going on under the surface. So I will leave it to you with the information that I've given you. You're welcome, obviously, to potter around the city if you need any particular supplies that you think you might need. It's roughly a week's travel from here, so it does take a little while to get there on the roads. The roads go so far, you will have a little bit of a trickiness, I imagine, once you get further down into the moorland down there. It is a little bit trickier to travel along, but I'm sure you can work it out. So it is. So over to you. Any questions for me, I guess, before I leave you to it?
Mr. Fawn, if I might be able to ascertain. You say there's 100 gold within this pot to cover our expenses.
Yes.
Is there beyond that initial price any sort of reward for whatever might turn up within this place?
Well, you do have your monthly stipend of 50 gold from the Brass Lanterns, which covers your own expenses. I think you've already been given that once, but that obviously would be due. Likely it shouldn't take you too long to get there, so I imagine you'll get that on return. Whatever additional finances you might make, sometimes these sort of little villages are very grateful and want to say thank you in some way or another. It is entirely at your discretion how you handle whatever reward they might wish to give you on top, of course.
Should we elect some sort of treasurer of the group, perhaps?
Yes, if only there was a very just and honest member of the group that would look over our funds.
I am more than
With
happy to take
impunity.
that job up.
And as by far the richest member of the party, I believe that I could be trusted with this sort of operational task for the team.
So we got three volunteers. What are we thinking?
Do you have some sort of
I have
compartment?
a little piggy bank slip.
Ah, yes. I wondered.
It is
I think that
where
would be
my
perfect.
belly button was previously.
That sounds like an excellent solution.
Happy for that, for the belly button slot.
I'm happy for it not to go to the rednecks, frankly.
Just,
Hey.
just so you know, I am going by Gus now.
Oh.
Gus?
Gus.
Gus?
Yes, my apologies. I think you did tell me.
Short for Angus. Like a
Uh,
strong
no.
Macfarlane name.
It is short for Fergus.
Also a
Also.
strong Macfarlane name.
I wonder, it might be helpful. I realize some of the group are more literate than others. I don't know if it's useful to maybe read out
yes.
Yes.
or share at least crucial details. You don't need to read the whole
Oleander,
thing.
do you want to read out that note?
Who is this note from?
This was, we don't entirely know. It was not signed, but it was sent on. I think they did leave an identifying note at the bottom. But
Most curious.
well,
Are we talking to Marin? Marin Valor.
Edgar Thorne.
so that
And
it's
this-
worth noting the date that's at the top of that is about 12, 13 years ago, something like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's that's not a recent report. Basically, that. So what you've got down there is that's like taken from the archives the information that the Brass Lanterns have on Havers Fen, which may or may not be 100% accurate, but it's just the last time there was a field team out there, that's what was reported back. The other kind of slightly more torn up letter is what was sent into the Brass Lanterns to initiate you being sent out.
We can scan that in and have it as a graphic up on the screen. So,
awesome.
but let's read it at the note.
Is the whole thing the same? There are no additional things that have been added recently to the note.
It's clearly it's been dusted off out of an old
good,
shelf.
good.
Like, it doesn't give the impression that Havers Fen is somewhere that anyone goes very often. It's quite remote. Quite far out.
Okay, so the note says, to those who guard the light, something is amiss in Havers Fen. Folk I have known since I could walk. Neighbours, kin, are no longer themselves. Their smiles are too wide. Their words slip, like half-remembered songs. They look at you as though you're a stranger. A few have even gone into the mist and not returned. We're told it is the bog, playing tricks. It is not. If there is still weight behind your oath to the lost and the watchful, send aid before we are all ghosts. Seek the door wound with fennel and elder twine. Very curious, it's not even signed. No idea who this came from.
Unfortunately not, no. It was passed on by a courier.
Do we have any idea of how recent this report is?
We got that within the last week. It very recently come through.
Is this how the normal operation works? You just get in letters from whoever the fuck whenever, and you go, oh yes, adventure time.
People reach out to us, yes, as the Brass Lanterns, to assist in some more situations they aren't able to handle themselves. Yes.
That is very noble.
It's kind of our cause.
Wow, that's amazing. I am one of you.
You are.
Amazing.
We took the oaths, buddy.
I forgot.
No.
Read this one for
I
us?
don't know if I took to.
I'll read it over pretty soon.
No.
I have got it.
Halflings.
Yeah.
You've solved
I
it.
figured that.
You've got it.
Wait.
Is this here?
Do we have to go?
Halfling swordfish.
Yes, it seems fun.
Can't get on well with that.
The bog, we have to let ourselves get enveloped
Very simple.
by the bog.
This is going to be perfect.
Well, it sounds like we gotta find this door full of grass or whatever.
No, it's a misdirect.
It's a red herring.
Yep.
All right.
A red
It's probably-
barracuda.
Given what we know of the location itself, we are probably going to be running into a lot of people a little bit like my dear cousin Cletus here. It's a small place, swamps. A lot of people who, let's just say their families may not have left the valley for several generations, if you catch my drift.
And this is how those activities manifest.
I don't know if my guy's smart enough to figure out what you're talking about.
Just saying, someone of your character.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, it might be.
Dear Cletus came to be, yes.
Sounds like it could be terrain that you might be able to maneuver through
Exactly.
easily. You know.
We can go down by carriage first, and I might be able to tour us the rest of the way, guide us the rest of the way.
That makes sense to me.
Excellent.
We could do it like the old days and just have the gator carry us along on a little barge.
I'm not really so sure I could get all of us.
No, not on the gator, on a barge. Pulled by the gator. We're not all going to sit on the damn gator.
Have you seen how big the tree is?
I can sit on the gate there and kick my legs. Does that help?
Right,
Sure.
Edgar, I think we better get out of your hair. Do you have any form of transport for us, or any way of helping?
Yes,
Yeah, carriage, right?
yes. There's a carriage for you at from one of our stables that should be able to accommodate the 6 of you for the purpose of the travel, and then 100 gold allocation for any supplies or resources you think you might need for the trip, I guess.
There might be a slight problem with that. The 6 of us, we do have a gator as well.
Can the gator run fast?
No, it's very slow.
Well, You have 100 gold to work out. What are you going to do with that? That's
A little
It's on your
trailer-
own initiative.
A trailer on the back for the gator. A gator trailer. On the roof. Oh, we can strap him to the roof.
Give him some gap.
Oh, I presume one of you are able to drive. No, maybe not.
Yeah. I can
Oh, I don't know. Can I?
How
But
very
do I have proficiency?
presumptuous of you.
I mean, you've got 100 gold.
Oh.
You could employ a driver if you so wished.
I have 100 gold. I can learn how to drive in 6 months.
I've got proficiency in water vehicles, not land vehicles, unfortunately. I don't know where that accent's going. That's fine. We'll go with it.
I have.
I just need to try.
I have navigator's tools.
Well, if I can navigate in a boat, I don't see what difference a land vehicle would be.
How hard could it be?
It's 4 wheels instead of a hull. Will be grand. Do we
have
need
a-
any supplies?
I have a whip you could use if you wish to be driving the horses.
I'll treat them with love and respect. But I appreciate the offer.
I only meant for the travel, my friend.
Well, you seem to all have it handled, so I'll leave you to it. You know where I am if you have any questions. And do, if you can, send some reports back, or via couriers or such like, if possible. Or if there are no couriers available, then generally speaking, just sort of write some reports and send them in a little stack or such like when you do get the chance.
Of course, we shall keep you informed as we travel along.
Fantastic.
Anyone need to do anything in the city first, or should we just head off? What time of day is it?
Kind of late morning, I guess.
Yeah,
at
so
this
we
stage.
could probably just head out.
Wait, I was drunk and gambling in late morning.
Yeah.
Ooh. I have a problem.
Maybe it's just, was it still going from the night before? I don't know.
Yeah, that tracks.
I don't know if that's
It
fair.
must have been a garage.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, what time is it?
If you
Have a good breakfast beer.
Well, then you don't.
This is going to be a week's
That's fine.
travel.
To get there, yes.
That's just been a wedge.
Yeah.
That's,
Is there, just wondering if there's anything more we can find out about these colonials from, I don't know, the
Oh.
library or something like
Yeah.
that before we head off.
Yeah, feel free to, yeah, you can go to...
I'd like to do that. I think. I could get my boys on making a wee trailer for your companion.
yeah, that would be good. We could also just put him on the roof and like give him little goggles.
All right then.
But you could work on that.
Look, we're happy to help.
If you could invent goggles, that would be a great help to us.
Goggles is nothing we're not made in this world.
Jeans we have, goggles, nah, too much.
Automatons. Goggles.
No.
Safety equipment's important.
No, you come with me, Bo. We've still got plenty of beer at the camp as well, anyway. So
Well, that's all you have to say. I'm gonna head on after you.
grand.
So, what are you guys then wanting to do? Anything before you leave the city? Anything you're wanting to pick up or such like beforehand?
Yeah, you were gonna go to the library, right?
Yeah, so
Library.
see if I can find
Find some
anything
moth.
about glowworms. Do you want me to go roll?
Yeah, roll me.
Nature?
Yeah, I would go for nature. That's grand.
I'll also roll for me and the boys crafting this car.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
That is 12.
12. Remind me what it actually told you. What the thing told you about.
So it
Is it-
says on there that they are
We're losing Miss Elizabeth.
magical insects and that they're prized for their cocoon silk, mildly hallucinogenic
I
dust,
think I figured it out.
used in the production of ritual paper and presumably poor life decisions.
How close is Haver's Fen?
It's about a week's travel.
A week's travel.
Like
Yeah.
like Corman.
It's
Yeah. If you were to make a
Is
comparison.
there like a district in the town that we're in where I feel like the most knowledge of Haver's Fen would be? Like, is there an association with Haver's Fen and like fishermen or like?
So it's even just from asking well, I'll come back to that in just a second. So on the moth question, there's not a huge amount more to know about them. They seem to spin some kind of silk that's turned into some kind of enchanted parchment, but it also has some kind of a hallucinogenic effect as well. So like they're fairly rare. They tend to they need to stay close to where they kind of spawn. Is that the word for it? Which is in the moorlands. So they're kind of rare, but used for some kind of magical based stuff essentially.
Speaking of hallucinogenics, I remember to pack some Rowan wine which I'll pick up from Asphodel, because she's making for me, which I'm not happy about. Ollie, maybe there's like the glowworms like will be imported into Eversmoke. That's like useful. So like who uses that
Yeah,
stuff?
completely.
Or is it the silk itself rather than
Yeah, yeah.
where
Well,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
that might be
it's
imported into?
a hallucinogen as well.
Yeah.
So it could be as a drug.
So yeah, so as kind of when it comes to this, they seem to do some level of the industry themselves. You can find reference to a glimmer mill, so they seem to process some of the silk that comes from the moths, and then that's what's then sent on as sort of certain forms of magical parchment or other sort of ingredient types. There seems to be a couple of different ways that the produce is used. It's relatively rare. There's not like a big chain of industry coming, but and it's not even. As you kind of look into it, it feels a little bit like dated, like it was once probably a bigger industry, maybe, but it's these days there are other kind of arcane or like sort of more mechanical stuff that's replaced a lot of the kind of so it's not quite as big a deal basically these days. There's not too much more on Haversfen. It's a fairly remote place in the middle of the moor, in the middle of nowhere. Like it's just this little backwater village. There's not many folks. It's so you can't find out that much more about it. It's not terribly well
Like my
connected.
little village back home, where like you'd only know if you really lived there.
Yeah. No, like no one's thinking, when you say Haversfen,
Remember
everyone's,
back
that
when,
place.
right.
They're like, where? Kind of that kind of question, if that makes sense.
While you gentlemen are dealing with these things, I'm just going to go and pick up a few supplies for the journey.
Yeah. Cool.
Get the
Yeah, we-
shine. I said it far too loudly.
Yeah, like a week's rations for. That's a good idea. Can I go and try and go off on my own and try and find some goggles for the alligator?
Yes.
Do you want me to roll out, like, or find a shop that might sell?
Yeah,
Like,
give me a
Roll for Sporting Goods Emporium.
investigation or.
I'd say investigation to see what you can find. Also, you were making a
nothing.
trailer, weren't you?
You were making a trailer.
I'll say athletics. I feel like is
No,
that?
it's fine.
Yeah. How did
I
you
got
roll?
one.
Oh, you got one.
So
Okay.
we made a boat,
Yeah, it's like a toboggan, like that you're
Yeah.
dragging behind. Like
and it's too small for an alligator. Like, even if it got in the shape of the hull, it was just small.
Yep. Okay.
So you can have it if you like.
I only got 6, so I don't know if I find any.
No plus.
So
No, plus 0. You got nothing.
it takes you some time.
Oh, okay.
But you can find goggles. They're not that
Yeah,
uncommon.
fun.
There are a couple of silver if you want some goggles. Like,
Yeah,
they're not.
100%.
It maybe takes you longer than it should have. You definitely walk past the shop
yeah.
a few times.
I'm in a new city, I'm not.
Yeah, but you do eventually stumble upon the cog and collar, and they have the goggles and stuff that you might need, sort of thing.
Perfect. I bring them to Bo, and I kind of present them and like, hey, I thought maybe Mary Sue, what's her name?
Miss Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth might protect her eyes a little
Yeah,
bit as
yeah.
she's riding in this toboggan thing. I don't know what's this. What's going
No,
on?
we might not use it.
You can take it with us. Might come in handy for something.
I could imagine a small child wanting this down by the docks. I think we'll just leave it here in the flat.
Over the beds.
Get back in 2 weeks, it's still there.
The 3 children have died of drowning.
Yeah, it doesn't float. It's the most important part of this boat.
That's it.
It was made for
It has
that,
holes in it for aerodynamics, doesn't it?
so the kids can breathe. They're on the road.
Really around the water.
Aye.
Can I check what would be the cost of buying supplies for us
yeah.
for a week's?
Yeah, so for like food, what else are you looking for particularly? Like to get the, I don't know if there's anything.
Booze.
Booze, alcohol and food. I imagine you can get that for about 20 gold or so, at least at most, to be honest. Depends on the quality. If you want to go cheap, you could get a lot worse than that, but you can get very good supplies for about 20 gold. For is it just is it just for the week there, or is it for like there and back, like a decent supply of?
So, like, I'm a ranger, so like I can get a lot of stuff like as we go.
And of course, we
assuming
do
you mean
craft our own
druids.
moonshine,
Yeah.
so we can bring some of that along for the journey.
Yeah, so I think
Nobody minds going blind in one eye, do you?
I'd
Oh, that's
rather
fair
keep my
enough.
vision, thanks.
it's only an hour.
It normally comes back after 1 or 2 days.
Oh, in that case, it's low.
Wait, you guys can see out of both of your eyes?
Do you actually have eyes?
How do you see?
Yes, I have eyes.
How does it work?
One of them is fake, but I will not tell you which one.
I'm going to spend the rest of the journey trying
One
to figure
constantly
out.
pointing to
Yeah, one spinning like nothing great.
They will never know.
Can I have a look for some wood varnish?
Yeah, you can without too much
The
difficulty.
finest
find-
quality wood varnish.
Oh no.
Is there none under the sink?
I thought there was some under the sink.
Should be.
Yeah. Oh, Ellie.
Sick question. The stables here have like ostriches. Like that's sort of like a hobbit riding thing rather than a horse.
I don't think you would find ostriches other than in maybe the zoo.
Yeah.
But
There's a zoo here, yeah?
yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
Steal
that-
ostriches.
I say zoo. It's more of like it's not open to the public, but like fellows of the zoo. So like it's more of a scientific kind of collection of some.
Are they testing cosmetics?
On ostriches.
Lipstick's going on. The
We're never getting to
ostriches.
Eversmoke. We're gonna free an ostrich instead.
No, more like the early days like zoos that were more about like kind of what's the term, like kind of biological studies
Yeah,
of
no,
trying to
Categorising
understand.
species and all
Probably
that
not
thing.
terribly well kept by modern standards, but
no,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
that kind of
study them.
Ostrich biology is the most similar to Aarakocra, so that's the only animals that they can experiment.
Well, I'm definitely going there to try to
That's
save it.
canon.
now, So, my goodness. So, I'm going to stop there on the way out of town if that's good. I'm going to try to get Ollie and to come with me. He might be able to convince them more than I can.
Well, I don't think much of the zoological sciences.
But you can definitely find varnish. Sorry to
Excellent.
your question.
I down it.
I was going to ask if you wanted a handwriting painting.
You don't need to polish your wood with
Be
it.
ridiculous.
Wait, what?
I was self-sweet.
Just realised what I said.
What did you
I
say?
said you don't need to polish your wood.
Wow.
I didn't think.
But your baseball bat now is
This is
super
not
shiny.
okay. Shut up.
No,
It just
I am-
slides right out.
I am much more advanced than that. It secretes its way through my body.
Just sort of lubricates all the mechanisms.
Absolutely.
Like when we used to oil the new kitchen table.
How dare you? You think I am a table?
I'm just saying that for a wood-based person like yourself, that varnish being rubbed on you and it would just soak its way into your pores.
I mean, I have never tried, to be honest. I am open to it if you want to rub my body.
I mean, that was not where I was heading, but
Where were you heading?
if your intentions are that way, I might be
Is
able
that
to be
not
persuaded.
literally what you are saying? I am like a table and you want to rub me all over?
I was more suggesting that you may wish to rub yourself, but if you require help, we can come to some sort
Does
of
your
arrangement.
table rub itself?
The table doesn't talk back either.
Gus, do you find it offensive at all that he'd rather rub a table than you?
I did not say that I was unwilling to rub Gus.
No, I
He
understand.
was only saying he'd do it for a price.
The table is iconic.
What prostitution going was it?
It's more like going for a spray tan, isn't it?
A manual spray.
Where you just drink the spray tan and then secrete out.
Yeah.
Really good beer.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay, so anything else you guys are wanting to do in Eversmoke before you head out? You've got a decent amount of supplies spent about, so you've still got about 80 gold left over if you need it, but that's just for expenses, really. It's
Probably just to know, like my clan have just set up in the public park for the next however long we're away.
yeah, fair.
So that's their camp now.
Oh,
It's like a public park.
Amazing.
They're just.
Did you get
Yeah.
a license for that or anything?
What is this nonsense? In Rukmahar, the land is shared between everyone.
Right, well that's all very well.
We take care of it.
Okay.
So you get the shared money for us, just to clarify.
I do.
Oh, yes,
I'm
you-
keeping track.
You're keeping track of that.
Sweet.
All right, are we setting off in the carriage?
Would I be able to stop in that place? There's no point in stopping.
You
in that
can
place,
stop
so-
by the kind of the
I'm gonna-
Eversmoke
I'm going to try
Zoological
the
Society.
side to try to go to the sort of animal zoology. How do you say that word? My guy's an idiot and I'm an idiot.
Yep.
To try to see if I
No,
can
I mean,
borrow an ostrich for scientific purposes. To
There
see,
is
like,
quite a
birds.
large gate at the front of it, and there is like a kind of doorman, I guess, at the front of the gate. Are you a? You're not a fellow of the society. Can I help you?
Instantly, I'm already out my depth.
It's a kind of an elven gentleman, a very thin but slightly curled mustache, sleek back hair, very nice sort of fine kind of suit, but with a little guard's hat as well. So it's a very finely made kind of attire.
Well, I'm not a fellow, as you call it, but at the same time, I'm somebody that knows animals very well, and I've travelled all over the world, and I'm one to travel a little bit further. Hobbits travel very well. Halflings, sorry, can't trademark hobbits. Halflings travel very well on ostriches, and we're wondering if we could borrow one of your ostriches for a while, with the express desire to test how it handles long distances, including moors.
So I am the doorman. So that just whether I have not got permission to loan out ostriches. You're not a fellow, but you're wanting to borrow an ostrich.
Yes.
Are you looking to
beneficial
become?
for your company?
Roll me a persuasion check.
I think my friend
Can you help him? Do you have proficiency in
Please,
persuasion?
is Oleander Beechwood associated with the Royal Society of Botanical Sciences. I think we might have some sort of reciprocal arrangement with yourself. Is that my friend here might be willing to leave his alligator behind as some sort of collateral. Because I don't know if you would have an animal of that sort, and the ostrich would be returned safekeeping. I myself might write up a note or two about how it handles in marshy conditions. I think if we were able to speak to your keeper or whoever you have, that they might be interested.
What was that persuasion check from Bo initially there?
1. Plus 2, so 3.
Okay. We are not generally of the persuasion of loaning out animals to strangers for field trips. I could put him in a meeting with Oswald, one of the fellows of the society. I imagine he could probably schedule you in about a month's time, if that is any use.
Can I
Yes.
appear on the scene at this point?
Yeah, I imagine you're kind of all loosely together, but it's the two of them that step forward.
Good morning, sir. I am here for a meeting with Oswald. Can you fetch him for me immediately, please? I do not have all day, my good man.
Are you not part of this group? I did see a bunch of you just standing.
Yes, these
Over
are some
there.
of my associates, yes.
Yes. And your name for because you would be on our gate register if.
Phineas McCaffrey, pleased to make your acquaintance.
Lovely to make your acquaintance. I don't see your name here. I'm afraid, Phineas.
Is Oswald available at this point? Is he around? Is he here? He asked me in person to come down and meet him.
Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage, given the circumstance.
That's a nat 20.
It's a nat 20. And that's an 18.
Oh,
persuasion.
pretty good.
Persuasion.
That's
persuasion.
pretty good.
What do I get for that? I get plus 6, so that would be a 24.
Just to put this into context, I can just summon a ostrich and set up the alligator. But when they
Well, that would have been a lot more simple.
I just remembered I got to do that.
You're trying to free the ostrich.
Exactly, that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Should we end of this session? We're going to have a whole menagerie back.
We got.
Wolves arc.
I
Yeah,
Can-
you can build us an ark.
Tiny little
Yeah,
Just squeezing animals.
We'll free them out into this tiny box.
So
My quest.
you see this doorman does, for those of you who do magic would recognise a small message cantrip back more towards the main house. And it's like, there's someone here, do we have a Phineas for Oswald? He's claiming to have a meeting with Oswald. Could someone come out? And after a couple, like maybe a minute or so goes by, a different, slightly kind of sort of well-dressed in a suit, not so much of a doorman, comes out. This individual is, she is a kind of dark elf, sort of blue skin, comes over and is like, hello, I'm Oswald's assistant. Phineas, is it?
Yes, Phineas McCaffrey.
I'm afraid we don't have you on a list. I don't have you in Oswald's schedule, so I think you might be mistaken. I'm afraid.
Well, this is absolutely unacceptable, madam. I spoke to Oswald not 2 nights ago in the establishment just down the road there. We were playing cards. We were having a conversation about our shared love of animals and the sciences. My good friend here from the Botanical Society was going to take some notes on the movements of ostriches.
Well,
Wait, movement.
I think my friend maybe had too much to drink the other night, and perhaps you have missed room. We'll make an appointment and come back. I think, apologies for the...
We are here now. And I must insist. And I'm going to put my foot down, madam.
This is the Zoological Society of Eversmoke, one of the most prestigious zoological societies on Cinderfall itself.
Absolutely. Your reputation precedes you.
You are a complete stranger who has turned up at our door. I'm sorry, Oswald is simply not available. You will have to meet him another time.
Well, this is quite frankly outrageous.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Will you tell Oswald from me that next time he can buy his own shots?
I will not.
Gus turns to the doorman and says, how do you get your skin to look like this?
The doorman?
Yeah.
I was born this way.
I have never seen a door of such stature or complexion. I, as a man of wood, frequently think that I would like my skin to look different than the way it does. But
So I'm not an actual door.
no, you are a doorman. I am not a tree.
Apparently, I guess you'd be more suited to the botany society in that case. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, just
Look at this arm.
Can I help? I don't think I can help you any further today, I get the suspicion, but
Just like basic morning routine. Do you bathe yourself? What sort of oils are you
of course
putting?
I bathe once a week, as is custom.
Is that not bad?
Turns out I can actually do it in an action, so I'll let you just summon an ostrich and start walking away with it.
Did you steal an ostrich?
Are you with Phineas?
Yeah,
So you're there with an alligator.
it disappears, it becomes an ostrich, and then I go and go on it and then head off.
oh gosh.
How do you like that, man?
Study your own ostrich. Thank you very much.
I got an ostrich. How'd you like that?
You had your opportunity to study an alligator, but you said no.
There we go. Anything else you guys would like to do in the city before?
I'd like to leave.
Yes,
There are another zoo, and
A less hoity-toity zoo.
that's specifically for avian.
Yeah.
Avian.
yeah, whenever
Aviary.
Grant. So
get an old saying this, she's back.
you make your way to the carriage. Is any of you actually able to drive a carriage? You can still do a check even if you can't, but
Would it be proficiency in land vehicles or
I
something?
presume so, yeah.
No.
Oh,
Possibly
I have-
animal handling might,
Yes.
even if you're not proficient in land vehicles, animal handling would at least kind of
Play the fiddle.
It's
So
like
as any crossover.
soothing
Soothing.
the horses.
You know, the funny thing is,
I don't know.
and I can navigate.
While
Oh,
she
yeah,
gets
yeah.
a horse and just tow
So you
the
have
carriage
carpenter's
the whole way
tools.
there.
wait, so you weren't willing to become an ostrich for me to ride, but you're willing to become... Mate, there's no winning with you.
I'm not actually willing to do that either.
To be fair, the funny thing is I actually have got the highest animal handling. I've got like +7. So I'd be the most capable of doing it, but I've got my ostrich, so I'm fine. So, always scout ahead, always lead the way.
The carriage is big enough for 6 of you as well.
But not and an ostrich.
Yeah,
No, that's
probably.
what I'm saying. Maybe I'll stay in the carriage for now and I'll help, but
Hang on,
when we
given-
get to the Murray section, I'll go ahead with the ostrich.
Given that you can turn the ostrich, like it was an alligator, so you can turn it into any animal. If space was an issue, why don't you just turn it into a mouse at the moment?
Well, no,
Or a
it
cat
doesn't
sitting
need
on
to,
knee.
the ostrich doesn't need to get in the carriage, it can just run alongside.
Oh, you're
No, but when part of the issue was like getting the alligator into the
I
carriage.
hadn't read my whole character over
Okay.
and I hadn't realised I could do that.
Turn it
the
into a hamster for a
ostrich-
minute and put me in your pocket.
Yeah.
The question
so-
is the ostrich now wearing the goggles?
The ostrich is wearing the goggles and it fits perfect.
Yeah, if anything, it fits
That's great.
better because
Yeah.
trying to get it on an alligator was a
There's
lot
not
more tricky.
purchase on an
Yeah.
alligator head.
I mean, yeah, I guess nobody could drive.
I'll
What
drive
kind
the
of
start.
check would it be?
I don't know.
Probably animal handling.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
If you were proficient with land vehicles, it would give you advantage on it, I think, but otherwise it's just animal handling, essentially.
I got
If-
+0.
If I
Plus
have,
zero.
+3? What did you say?
0.
0.
you have the highest animal.
Plus 7.
proficiency.
I know, but he's riding his ostrich beside the carriage.
Animal handling. Or
Animal
proficiency in
handling.
land vehicles.
Just get him in the carriage.
I have
I
half
don't have land
proficiency,
vehicles or
Oh.
handling. No.
So
and I
that's
have
like
navigated
+3 then.
tools.
Is that the
Does
next
that help?
best?
Yeah.
To navigate there, I suppose. So yeah, you
So-
can, yeah.
So either you or you.
Yeah. So I'm going to be riding ahead with the ostrich just in front of where the
Yeah,
carriage
yeah.
is going. Will that to some degree, I'm trying to think of a way of giving advantage. 'cause
So,
I've got
well,
proficiency
hold
in
on.
animal
Can
handling.
I
think I'm leading
begin then, like at the outset, I will use speak with animals to
that's
build up a
smart.
rapport with these horses.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you can do that.
that give me advantage on the roll.
Well, we need to
Yeah,
talk to the
yeah, you do.
animal.
What are you saying to these horses?
Right, lads, we're on a nice steady ride.
Very exciting. We're going on a trip
Woo!
to
I'll do it. What
Wonderful.
were you doing last night?
I mean,
I wasn't there.
Haven's Fen. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's lovely this time of year. And when you get there, I don't know what sort of treats do you like.
Oh, I love sugar cubes. Very fan of sugar
Yes.
cubes. Yes.
Could
Oh.
you go get some sugar cubes?
Which way is Haven's Fen? We'll go
Well,
quick as possible.
it's in this direction here. It'll take us a few days, but don't worry. It's going to be splendid.
Which way are you pointing?
I'm pointing southwest.
Roll me a nature check, I guess, to see if you're. I feel like nature's the best for directions,
I'm
I
pointing
suppose.
towards Haver's Fen.
For survival.
24, maybe.
Okay, you are pointing the right direction.
nice.
24.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yes, I
is
think
your-
I think
is
we're
your
going to
friend
get along
talking to the
famously. I'm
horse?
going to just sort of sit here and we can have a chat from time to time. Just check
Thinking
how
it
you're
work.
doing.
Wonderful.
What was your name?
I am often called Lord.
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 Splendid. Very noble name. To match your noble character.
This is Peter.
And,
Lord Peter.
How do we feel about Peter?
He's no Lord.
That's what I thought.
To which,
Okay, Lord, well-
which Peter's like, hey.
Oh yes, Peter.
I love it. You get it? Eh?
Would you like to come to Haven's Fen as well?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll be setting off shortly.
great.
I've got a question. How does this
Love it.
conversation sound to us?
Yeah.
Nay.
You doing that?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's just neighing back and forth.
Love it.
Okay,
Awesome.
so you guys are ready to go. You're heading out. Which way are you going?
Southwest.
Southwest.
Haver's Fen.
There
Is
are
there not a
mul-
signpost that says Haver's Fen?
There is not a signpost that says
Do
Haver's
we have
Fen.
maps from the
We have
society?
information.
We can go get a map if you so wish.
Oh, yeah, we never thought
I
that.
mean, did Edgar not think to?
Please didn't give us a map.
So when you get the sugar cubes, could you also maps?
So I'm guessing the carriage was like outside of
Yeah, it
Brass
would be
Lanterns.
outside. The stables are the stables for they aren't at the lighthouse. They're more on the edge of the city, like kind of
okay.
towards the city wall sort of thing.
That seems fun.
Can we have asked for a map?
Yes, you can have asked for a map. It might have got a bit more tricky if you'd set out on the road without a map, but
Yep,
you're
yep,
still
yep.
officially
That's
in
a
the
good
city,
plus
so you
for
can
it.
definitely.
Okay.
You would have to go and buy one. That would be about 10 gold to get a
Sure.
good quality map.
Out of the
but-
party,
Really?
out of the party money,
Yeah.
Yes, please.
you're buying a good quality map.
Take 10
80
gold out your
gold.
gut.
Is there a
10 gold for a good quality map.
is there a
That's
map
worth it.
store
Wait, I can
Because
make a map.
Thieves tools.
I could just steal
I-
one.
No, I don't
You
think
just got
it's-
cartographer's tools.
That was at. There's a map store called Third Shelf Maps and Miscellanea.
It'll be
I think we're happy to
it'll be
spend
way
10
cheaper if I just get someone to describe it to me.
I buy a map out of my own money.
Once again, T-Man, happy to go in and steal one for us.
It's like, could we just look at this map and then just copy it?
As you're doing that, the
Because
shop owner just moves the map out of your way.
Just starts chiseling into Gus's back.
No, we're buying a map.
Kieran has very kindly bought one out of his own Peaky Blinders money.
Happy to do that.
So,
Happy to buy a
and
map.
looking on the map, there's a fairly major road that goes some of the way west,
Yeah.
but then it does eventually get you can see where Havers. The reason it's quite an expensive map is to get a map that has Havers Fen on it is pretty rare. Most don't have it. It's quite a.
Thing that now.
That makes sense.
Well, it'd be good to have a map of the area nonetheless
Yeah.
for like future endeavours as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So
But
And
you
some
can.
sugar
Make a
cubes.
map library.
But it's definitely clear that the more it gets into the moorlands, the less well-travelled roads there are. There seems to be more like peat roads and such.
Are there places that we can stop, hostelries and the like, or are we camping out?
It looks so there's not too many major towns en route without kind of going off the road itself. There's the odd there's kind of closer to Eversmoke. There's probably one in along the way, but beyond that, you're probably more likely to be camping out in the wilderness.
Looks like we're sleeping in the carriage, boys.
Oh yes, we could do that. I was going to get a tent, but
Don't have much
we could get
experience
sort
with
of
the great
canopy
outdoor.
that comes out from the side of the like an awning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
One of
that's
those.
cool.
Splendid.
Okay,
How much would that be for an awning?
An awning.
could steal one of those.
or we could make
Maybe a gold for an awning.
Gold piece. That's a gold piece.
I like our chances.
hearty gold.
Splendid. Okay, Peter.
Okay.
Lord, we ready?
Of course.
Let's go.
And
Excellent.
with that, you guys can set off. Roll me who is kind of taking control of an animal handling.
I mean, that was the point of talking.
Oh,
to
sorry.
horses.
You've got advantage on it. So roll me
Advantage on animal
just to
handling.
see how well they take off and how under control they are.
Yeah. 22.
No problem at all. You can get them to kind of follow the route going along, and just so that you guys know, for the rhythm of stuff, travel is potentially quite a big, like a consistent feature of the nature of this campaign. So the way that I'm going to do it, we're not going to have so much of the overnight, like we'll have maybe a brief kind of campfire scene or such like, but I'm not going to do all the constant kind of checks and such like. It's more there's a series of different opportunities, encounters that will kind of pop up along the way, but depending on the length of travel. So this is quite a far distance, so there'll be maybe slightly more encounters. If it's a bit shorter, probably a few less kind of thing, but it's more of there'll just be some sort of more preset encounters, unless you guys decide to go off on a wild tangent, which is obviously you can do as you so wish, but
not like room time playing out like the full
Yeah.
7 days of.
because that just felt a bit much. We'll kind of briefly kind of go over the day, but that's about it essentially, if that makes sense.
So I forgot you to reroll once to my hobbit.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
So
Next time. At
with
least
that,
it wasn't important. Was that
So I
nice?
got that 20 on that check to get the octopus. No, octopus.
you want to know?
So raging.
Waiting an option.
So,
Could have had a permanent.
just to
Can that just be
clarify,
manual handle check for raiding?
there's
There you
7
go.
days worth of travel on Grand Avondale. to go
yes,
to, without leaving the island. Or
yeah.
Here's the like down to the bottom.
Like horse travel isn't actually that fast. Like a day's travel is like it's not staggeringly. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
unless you're
Fish
going,
like
unless
catch.
you're really trying to like work the horses to the bone and go flat out at top speed. You're not like. You could do it faster if you really want them to move, but
No, I don't.
Did we
They
consider
might not
taking
make
a
it
boat?
back.
you could take a boat. That would be a valid option. The problem becomes that there's not that. So you could get a lot down the coast. There's not that many ports, and then you need to get from wherever port you get to up to the
Without
It's not more efficient.
sort of thing. So it would probably be 6 and half a dozen, but like roughly with the travel up from any kind of major port to
Oh, okay.
Haversten's quite central on that kind of arm. Cool.
Sweet.
Grand.
We're traveling.
So you guys set off. So as the soot-blackened chimneys of Eversmoke recede behind you, their breath fading into the cloud, cobbled roads crack into muddy tracks and land swells into low green hills, bristled with hedgerows, the wind clipped thorn as well. And as you travel along wide, well-worn roads, you pass by other travellers along the way. There's caravans, there's folks on foot, there's people clearly with goods going in and out of Eversmoke along the way, along with sort of kind of rows of little farmhouses and such like to be found as you wander out. Crows wheel around lonely trees off in the distance, and the sky suddenly feels impossibly wide. But you make your way out of Eversmoke for the first day's travel, journeying your way into the countryside further and further. And after a kind of decent amount of travel, you're kind of ready to set up camp for the night. So
The travellers have passed look wealthy.
a few of them definitely look wealthy.
Interesting.
You can try and pull up alongside them as you're going if you so wish.
I'm not stopping. Not stopping for brigandry, certainly.
Yeah.
I give you a lift if you need.
Hop on the ostrich. Can you imagine that just you're traveling along the road with your goods to go to the big city, and a man on an ostrich is like, "Hey, you stop! Give me all your money."
How awesome would those be as like highwaymen?
Yeah,
Very
highwaymen
cool.
are awesome.
Highway bird.
Never do a spin-off series.
Well, there's the war
Highway
ostriches
bird.
are even bigger, so I think
There we go.
pretty dangerous. Break your arm.
But yeah.
Of buzzards.
Nice.
No, don't.
Yeah. So that kind of takes you through the first day's travel. You're kind of ready to camp up at night. Is there anything you're wanting to do, I guess, throughout the day before you get to the campsite? It's kind of free for you as you so wish. Headed in the right direction with some good steering of horses and such. Peter and Lord are.
I will reward both Lord and Peter with sugar cubes that were procured earlier on by Kieran, and a slightly larger one to Lord.
Oh, dissension in the ranks.
I'm not making a big deal of
The
that,
leader.
but, you know.
Roll me an insight check.
Peter knows.
Animal insight. Insight. Oh, I'm not bad at insight. But I'm completely unaware of whatever's going on there. That's a 7.
By the morning, Peter's left.
Peter's got one horse.
You're
He's
absolutely
racing.
the view that these horses are fine with that.
Yeah, no, they're fine. They're
Yeah,
fine.
cool. That's good.
But yeah. Grant, you can set up for the night. Are you wanting to do anything particular as the night kind of begins? You've got a reasonable campsite and such like ready to go.
And if you're around the campsite, go a little bit of exploring around to be hunt some small animals or find berries and do basic survival stuff to get some extra food for us.
Yeah, you can do that. I guess nature probably for that.
That'd be survival.
Or survival. Yeah, sorry, survival. Yeah.
Just saying because nature is -1. It's -3 actually. Survival. 17.
If you catch something, you've no idea what it is.
No clue.
What do you think Bo would be most looking to hunt? I guess.
I suppose maybe it's just I've set up a couple of nooses for some rabbits, and then at the same time like going through some bushes to get some basic stuff, nothing massive. Like I'm not going to try hunt an elk or something in the woods. So
No problem at all. You can definitely come back with a fair few rabbits and such like over your shoulder.
Nice.
Maybe one that gets pinched by the alligator, but
Oh, no, it's an ostrich now.
Oh, sorry, it's an
So,
ostrich. They ain't eating that.
I give
It's
them some
fine.
berries. I give them some berries. It's fine. So
They look
just-
slightly disappointed.
Yeah.
As we're sitting by the campfire, I'd like to just be playing the fiddle and singing some old-timey songs and country songs for travelling. Trying to get the team on side with me because it seems like they're a little bit suspicious of me, a little bit unsure of me. So I want to try and win them round with some
Roll.
country charm.
Do you want to roll me a performance just to see how you get? I think you get advantage because you're proficient with the fiddle, so you.
It would be a 22.
22. It's some lovely fiddling around the campfire.
When I get back, I'll join them. It's just a little. Because I've got the
joke.
bottle. Every now and then, timing to help them out a bit.
Roll me a performance check.
Actually, proficiency in performance. So I'll get
Same bottle.
Accidentally breaks the bottle off his
It's
one
not great. 12. So,
The bottle's not adding much.
yeah. You know.
Gus is gonna go into his mind palace and really Matrix style try and figure out martial weapons. Just try and be proficient in something other than simple weapons. In his mind.
Okay. Yeah.
What would I roll for that?
A D1000.
Yeah. Roll.
Can we all do this?
Don't be stupid.
Roll for a new skill.
Yeah. Roll me an intelligence check. Just a straight intelligence roll.
Doe is starting to dream that he has more spell slots.
That was a natural 2.
So you look on as Gus is clearly I don't know how much expression your face gives, but it's giving a lot of expression at this particular moment. And just one rock just shoots out your backside onto the ground for you, but no
shit.
proficiency.
The piggy bank is open.
It's raining coins.
Yeah, the 8 gold just drops out my ass.
100 gold.
No, there's only 8
We
left.
used
How did we
20.
lose 20 gold?
That's what I'm saying.
We
Well,
spent it
supplies.
on supply.
Thanks on supply.
He used it for his own.
You spent
because you were
30, I
holding.
think, didn't
For a
you?
week's food?
No,
spent
he
20.
used it on his own.
He
He
used his own.
I'm
Yeah.
on the map.
That was for 10. The 20 was for the supplies, food, and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff for the.
What did you buy?
Foods.
Like pheasant?
It was fancy food.
That's really fancy.
Really good booze and.
Yeah,
Food
like
for
alcohol
2
too.
weeks.
There's some barrels of.
Alcohol, because we did also buy alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, also I bring my own alcohol. So I'm obligated to some of that, but.
Well, travelers rations
You
like
just
until
charge
we're
the
a couple
group.
of things or something like that. Maybe it's less than that, but so if we're not doing rations, then it's
Yeah,
I think
it's
I
like
go
a goal
over-
a day.
What can I say? The tree didn't ask for a receipt.
I think I go over
For
to
food.
Gus.
But,
It was more than a week's. I think you got a good
Oh,
it
like
was
for
more than a
returns
week's
or-
worth of food.
because there's different stages of
He's definitely
reward.
pocketed 10 gold.
Because there's depending on what you want to live in, you can get bronze, silver, gold, platinum, depending on what you're sort of buying. So it's just got good gear.
So I probably go over. I maybe go over to you.
Is there
and,
actually a rule that I missed?
Goose, Goose, or Gus? I don't know.
Goose.
Goose.
No, you are saying it's more. It's goose.
Goose.
No.
Gus.
Yes, it is better.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So I saw you struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just scraping gold
What
off
do you-
the floor and shoving it back in my ass.
Perfect. Look, let me help you out. Ain't the first time. What were you trying to do?
I was not trying to do anything. My piggy bank is not that secure, I must be honest.
Well, if you want me to give you a few tips in like fighting, then I can maybe perhaps teach you a little bit of what I know.
I was concentrating very hard, and that is why the money came out of me. Yes.
What are the mechanics of learning a skill? Can I teach him?
So you can learn an individual weapon. It takes a lot of hours. I think it's something like 100 hours.
Okay.
To
We
become
could start-
proficient in a skill.
But
you could start it now. You can do it in.
So
Yeah.
I just start teaching you how to use them all.
You need a training montage with this.
It's a sort of thing, particularly over downtime in between missions and stuff. If you slowly work away at it, you would get there
How
eventually.
much do you need to sleep?
I'm normal, man.
We all need to rest 8 hours a day.
I don't. I'm not like an elf. Like I don't know like traveling.
Are you talking about real life?
No.
We all
We have
need
to have-
hours.
You have to have downtime. You need to rest and sleep.
So while we're traveling, if we just
Best
commit
sleep.
those 60 waking
I have the
hours,
best sleep.
Well, I don't think. I'm not sure. I might just be at camp that I can teach you
no, we're traveling.
in the carriage.
We're traveling for a week. So
Uh-huh.
I'm saying 16 hours when you're not sleeping a day.
Bro.
Just
I
talking
think maybe we're talking an hour
I mean,
to a day.
yeah. The slightly tricky thing to bear in mind is that you are in a it's a nice carriage. It's not the biggest carriage in the world to start learning sword fighting. You can maybe try it on the roof, I suppose.
There's no room for an alligator. There's no room to practice this. Okay?
So yeah, just
Sorry.
whenever we're in camp, I'm just taking him through some basic forms and like, yeah.
What particular weapon are you trying to teach?
Well, I've got my baseball bat,
Okay.
This is a
Which
maul, isn't it?
is a maul. Okay,
It's a
yes.
maul.
Okay, cool.
which we've skinned as a mole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that cool?
Sounds so good.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
So we're like, I don't know, as the sun's setting, the silhouettes of us like doing these like
Yeah, that's so good.
going through the motions.
Is this the...
Does Gus just have like a branch in his hand?
A branch.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
it's just his arm.
Solid branch. It's just you're using your arm. Yeah.
Ollie,
Yes.
I still don't know how to read this here agreement we made.
Oh,
Is there any chance that
We
they're
have
doing
lots of reasons
some,
this morning.
they're doing some form of kung fu training? I was wondering if maybe you could teach me some of the bigger words.
yes. This one is the.
Well, I can get the. I think it might be good for a wee while, at least for maybe if they're training. Probably my training.
Yes. Yes. So, repeat after me.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
come.
come.
Welcome.
Well done.
You see this? Now, sometimes this letter
Why does this feel just a bit
is
too real?
is like a k. Sometimes it's a soft, like a s. There's no real hard and fast rule
Yeah.
as to
Yes.
how that
And with that, we just fade the scene in.
I suppose you're going to put me and Donnie up to this point.
Yeah, just looking on bewildered, possibly at a lot of them.
Slaps.
Man, I'm taking nature and making it beautiful. That's what I'm doing.
So you're training, you're learning to read your gardening as you
Yeah.
go along.
That's just kind of.
Yep.
I can live on this.
Well,
What is Phineas doing then while all this is going?
Get some shine.
Fair.
You can
Play
chill
the
with
fiddle.
it.
Play the fiddle.
Oh yeah, nice.
I think
nice.
we're enjoying the fiddle play.
Yeah.
I think
Fiddling and drinking.
here would definitely be like up and there singing maybe some of the songs that we maybe know from back in
Where we're
wherever
from.
our continent's called.
Yeah.
Rift Spires.
Yeah, but there's quite some difference.
There's a bit of difference. Yeah, but there must be
You know
some.
some.
Yeah. There must be some common.
Exchange.
Oh, like I know that melody, and then this is my lyrics to it, and then
And I just look offended.
and yeah, we've got the
Yeah, at some point I'll get like some of my small pipes and try and join in.
Nice.
With your playing. And we could have like a fusion of Macmahar, Riftspire music. And that's alright. It's like 50.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's suddenly get into some kind of Celtic fiddle,
Yeah.
bagpipe jamming thing going on, yeah.
Excuse me.
Music.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're still playing in the morning. In between learning to read every so often, you just go,
Like the worst panpipe player.
wait, are you like proficient in gardening or something?
No, I feel like
I don't think.
I thought I might be.
I don't think that's an actual skill.
It is on my sheet.
I was
She's going to learn how to garden
I
from
was
you.
wondering.
Really
That's
weird
it.
Under
easy
tools,
spin-off.
gardening.
Gardening.
Yeah, I was wondering while we're doing like a combat training, because I'm like tree adjacent, if you could give me some kind of gardening proficiency to my combat training.
I was thinking more you could give you a haircut.
I mean, that was
Pubic toe tree.
Bonsai tree in the
I
worst.
could maybe bring you at some point, but it looks fine right now.
you
That
guys.
sounds.
So much in you.
I would think so.
I love Google. I love Google.
Just find some varnish that way.
Anyway, with that, the night kind of fades in. Eventually, you all different times head off to your beds, I imagine there's probably a rhythm of people taking watch and such like, just to be safe. But the night goes through, and you wake up the next morning, kind of ready to go, gather your stuff together, kind of head back out onto the road, and kind of continue the travel onwards. And this time, the kind of rolling hills that you've been in kind of give way to more and more forest that grows up, and you, without long at all, you find yourself in somewhat of a cathedral of ancient ash and birch trees that where the light kind of falls green through the roots, a bit like sleeping beasts, and the road narrows into a rut between mossy stones, and there's kind of bird song kind of flickering on the edge of your hearing and such like. You are now in what's known as the ancient Gladron Wood, and as you are kind of traveling into this wood, you notice ahead of you a quite substantial noble procession that seems to be making its way towards you. There's like a very fancy looking carriage, and there's knights in like proper like old timey for you guys, like knight armor, just marching in front, and they're just kind of making their way. They're going like towards you.
Like on the road.
They're
like,
on the roads. They're coming
like
towards
we're
you.
We're gonna need to veer off to let them pass.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, what did you say they were in the woods were again? Sorry.
Galadron.
Sorry, at this point, are most
Sorry,
of us
Galdron.
asleep in one watch, or
Wait,
all
is
at
this
point?
as we're traveling, or is this?
Sorry, this is the
we're
next
camp?
morning.
Next
Apologies.
morning,
Sorry.
That's fine.
Morning passed.
We're on
You all
the
got up. You're back on the
We're on
road.
the road.
You've gone from the kind of hills into the forest, and yeah.
So as like a daily routine, I want to be casting Druidcraft to find out what the weather's going to be like for that day ahead of time.
Okay.
And Animal Friendship on the horses afresh each day.
Yeah, that's
So
no worries at all.
Because we're best buds already.
Yeah, great.
It's fine.
So the weather is it's okay ahead. It's kind of overcast sort of weather, so it's not like scorching sunshine. It's kind of you are in summer at the minute. What's known as verdant fall, the season, but it's the equivalent of summer essentially. But it's that kind of overcast day. It's warm enough, not roasting, not too much sun, that kind of vibe.
And is there anything about this procession that I, as a native of Eversmoke, would recognise? Like, I know what's going on here.
Roll me either maybe a history check for me,
History.
and I'll give you advantage as well as a native.
That's lucky. It's very lucky. 19 for history.
So you recognise the banner that's kind of emblazoned on the knights that's been kind of carried behind. It's the Thornwood banner, but they are a noble house that hasn't existed for a couple of hundred years at least. They're not a current house. It's you're delving into the back of your mind for quite like it's something you've maybe seen in an old history book somewhere. They're like an old house, the Thornwoods, but you definitely recognise the banner, but they're not a current house. They don't have any current members that you're aware of for sure.
These guys are all like pretty heavily armed and armoured, obviously.
Yes.
So I'm wondering whether we ought to get off the road and just hide. Do you think? I quickly consult with
Are
my.
we close enough that they've seen us by this point?
I would say that the fact that you've seen them, they could probably see you as well at this point. They're not charging you in any way.
Yeah.
But,
I'm spell that would assist. We just want to let them go past.
Perhaps even if we were just to get off the road and allow these gentlemen to pass us, that seems.
Are you keen to
enough.
interact with them? Are they?
I'm not keen to interact. Just let them go on their way. They seem quite a heavily armored sort of fellows, so I'm not keen to engage.
Just don't try and steal anything.
Would I ever?
cool. So you guys just kind of pulling over to the side. Are you trying to be stealthy about this, or are you just kind of pulling over and?
Because I'm separate in my ostrich, would I be able to sort of almost go off the road a little bit to be a bit more as if it? Because from a distance, I just saw the ostrich, not me necessarily, it was smaller.
Yeah.
With a mix of my halfling nimbleness and my natural stealth from being a ranger.
Yeah,
like
roll
bit
me
of
a
eyes off the
stealth
road.
check.
Would they be confused by just seeing an ostrich walking down a path?
They're not native. They're not common.
I just need to give you bad
ostrich loan scheme that
Yeah, sure. They actually give it away to everybody these days.
Yeah, it's like a Boris bite.
It's only 8, so they do that good a job.
Cool.
Okay, so I think we're pulling off to the side to let them pass.
Yeah.
And but not trying to sort of hide it. In Eversmoke, that's what
Yeah.
Cool. So the procession makes its way closer and closer to you. You can see more clearly what you'd already recognise from a bit of a distance. That the emblem is that of, it's a bone white field with this single blackthorn branch that's curled in a little silver thread to it, and the carriage is very fancy. It's kind of Baroque-esque, but it's also wrapped with living vines, and there's little pearl white flowers that seem to be growing out of it, blooming even in its shade. Roll me a perception check as well.
Ever.
Uh-huh.
Birth and note.
Do these seem like good flowers? Like, would they be associated
Well,
with
they're-
positive things?
Yeah, I would say so. I think you, with your connection to nature, yeah, you'd associate them.
17.
Perception.
Yeah.
16.
So for those of you that have got above a 15, you would notice that the carriage and the knights leave no tracks. And the procession comes up to basically where you guys are stopped at the side of the road, and it pulls, the carriage pulls in at the kind of the opposite side, and some of the knights come out and they pop out this a probably somewhat fancier version of your own, like kind of like your canopy
Awning,
sort of
yeah,
thing,
awning.
and they like your awning, and they set out a nice little table and some chairs, and out of the carriage steps a lady in her, probably looking like her mid-20s, a very pale complexion, sort of bleach blonde hair, and she goes and she sits down and she's like, hello there, would you like some tea?
I will jump down immediately. Good morning, madam. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Yeah.
Take her hand to go and just try and give it a kiss.
Yeah, you kiss her hand. It is, yeah, you kiss her hand. It's there.
I'm a bit of a tourist here. Is this kind of thing sort of normal in your country?
Tea, definitely.
Right, but this sort of...
All under the sun.
This sort of procession of like kind of medieval pageantry, I don't know.
Not particularly. This sigil here that's been defunct for generations. I don't really understand what's going on here. Did you notice they weren't leaving a path footprints or anything?
Sure. I'm the only one that didn't, I think.
So,
Very peculiar.
madam, where are you headed to on this fine morning?
Oh, we're just traveling the roads and seeing who we meet along the way, you know?
Well, what a fine coincidence that you happen to run into us, and we'd be delighted to take some tea with you.
Yeah, it's always nice to... pick up. So it's always nice to sit down and just take the weight off, you know, for a little while.
Absolutely.
At that accent, do you think Kieran would maybe something would
Not
roll an insight?
You can roll an insight. Not necessarily. I don't think necessarily, but you can roll an insight just in
Okay.
case.
Can I use my divine sense to try and get an idea of what's going on here?
Yeah. What does your divine sense check for?
So
Remind me.
you detect,
Oh.
you detect good and evil, and until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or known location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Not celestial fiend or undead.
And
No
good or
hallowed
evil?
spell. Good or what does it say around how it actually words? How is that the wording? Sorry.
Detect good or evil, I don't know. The presence
think the
of
detection
strong,
of-
the presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears.
I would say neither. It's not ringing of good or evil. Like it's.
So I think I'm broken, like nothing's working. I did my thing.
Roll me. The thing that I probably will give you from because of your understanding, there's something a little fey to it. I don't think you get that in the check, but just from your own understanding, you would probably recognise there's something a little fey-like to it.
I'd interact. I'll go along with it, and I'll also get down, almost kind of like competing with Phineas, and like I'll kneel in front and say, "Pleasure to meet your acquaintance, my lady." Who am I speaking with? Sorry.
I'm Marveline. It's a pleasure to make your
That is a
acquaintance.
beautiful name.
Thank you.
I also
Marveline
thought
Thorne.
it was quite beautiful, actually. Reminds me of my days as a child. Fucking bookmark. Marveline, how are you? So where are you off to on this fine afternoon?
I already asked her that.
We're just traveling the road. Me and my echoes. We're just making our way around, seeing who we meet along the way, seeing what kind of folks they might be.
Echoes.
My echoes, yeah.
Is that what she said?
I did roll an 18 for insight.
So insight. Insight on her, was it?
Yeah, well, it was more because Kieran might have some affinity with that accent. If it's Irish or Celtic.
Not. So I wouldn't. My accent repertoire is very limited.
Sorry.
So I wouldn't think too heavily into the
Okay,
accent if that makes
These
sense.
not
Necessarily, they're not.
Yeah.
I have
Well-
I have a handful of regional accents, and I don't want it to be the same accent every time. If that makes sense.
It's your sister.
Yeah.
Clearly a tiefling. You're definitely related. The one thing I probably would give you. Sorry. Myself it was. Sorry, I've lost the thing I was going to tell you. Yeah, no, I've forgotten it. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, if I can find it, I'll tell you.
Can I happen to have some tea with me as well. Can I offer we could like exchange teas? I think that would
Yep.
be a nice thing. We could taste some of their tea.
Yeah,
They-
happily.
We've got tea of courage here
Nice.
to share.
I think you'll find it to be a lovely blend. We've been enjoying it on our travels.
Okay, lovely.
It is-
Who all
it is
takes
good,
tea
it's
then?
good.
Absolutely.
Our tea or their tea?
She's offering her tea. Yeah,
Oh.
she would happily drink your tea, but
I'll taste some of the fey tea.
Absolutely. I would not want to be rude in the presence of such a beautiful young lady.
I think I'm hanging back in the carriage.
so the
Yeah, I'd love your tea as well, actually. I'll have a bigger cup.
Can I
You seem pretty obsessed with tea. I don't know. What do you think, Gus?
can I cast identify on the tea?
remind me, is it an object? It needs to be.
It takes a minute as well.
Yeah.
And it's a visible spell with verbal somatic material components.
If the object is a magic item or a magic object, I learn its properties.
But is it too late? Have they already sipped the tea before you managed to?
I mean, that's fine. You guys can do whatever you
Yeah.
get.
I mean, you can definitely start
Yeah,
casting
yeah,
that while
that's
while
fine.
others are drinking it. For those of you who do drink it,
Can
you
I
just
stir my tea with my forager's blade, which, when it comes into contact with any food or organic matter with poisonous properties, so strictly speaking, it says when any food or organic matter with poisonous properties is cut with the knife. So
I'll still allow it.
the blade turns blue.
The blade does not turn blue.
I'm happy to drink it.
So.
Well, this, madam, is a delightful cup of tea.
So those of you who drink it, it is one of the most delicious cups of tea that you've ever tried. Just beautifully infused, very floral notes. I guess a little bit like kind of maybe like a really nice Earl Grey or something like that. You all gain inspiration for those of you who take it. So you basically have you can mark it as an advantage that you can use of your choosing, and it lasts. I think inspiration normally only lasts 24 hours, but that lasts until you choose to use it. So it is. It's until you use it. It's gone when it's gone, but it's you've got it until you
Can
use
I
it.
swap a couple of bags of tea of courage for some of this tea of inspiration?
You know what it is.
So tea of courage, let me tell you what that does, and then you see if it's a
Yes.
good swap. So that gives people a +1 to con or charisma saving throws for a whole hour.
So she is like, oh, I'd love to do a swap, but I think I might be doing you a disservice. I'm not sure the tea will hang around when we're not here, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, as my gift to you, then, I hand over some
Thank you kindly.
Tea bags.
The rare nice encounter in D&D. Just positive.
Yeah, it's lovely tea.
And you just so does everyone drink the tea at this stage, or does anyone not drink the tea?
If he's
You're still
identified it,
still
Too late for these.
still hiding in the
if
yeah.
you've identified it, then
You
yeah,
so
for sure.
it is magical in nature. I don't know if I could tell you
Get the
confidently what the
But yeah,
that
right,
I don't know if I could confidently
That's
tell you
fair.
what school it would count as, to be completely honest.
Properties.
It's
In
a
terms of-
fey infused tea of sorts. I think is the best I can. It's clear that the leaf of the tea is something very rare and magical, but you're not entirely certain where of. And there's something slightly almost ethereal to it. It is present, but it is also kind of not. A little bit like them. And as you kind of look over, even the guards, I think that was one of the things I was trying to tell you, was the guards themselves, like they're almost sort of just staring. They're present, but they're not. There's a kind of otherness. They're not ghosts, but they're not. There's something a bit other about them, if that kind of makes some level of sense. And
Madam, I hope you don't mind my saying, but I'm quite overcome with emotion. This has been one of the most pleasant encounters we've had on our travels so far.
well, I'm very glad. I'm very glad to hear it. How far have you been traveling?
Not far at all.
Really not. It's actually, from him, that's more of an insult. I've come to know how he talks, but I can attest that you clearly have a way with the natural things around us, and that's quite gives me quite an affinity to it's a pleasure.
Well,
Now, don't you start gushing over this young woman there.
Well, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. And so you just have a very pleasant little interaction with this just chatting away. None of the guards say anything. They are just figures that stand around. Maybe one will serve some more tea, but it is purely seems to be her. And after a little bit of chat, maybe there's a moment where a lot of you are a little bit less focused on her, a bit more focused on each other, and you just turn around and in a second, just the whole thing seems to fade away, but the inspiration remains for those of you who drank.
We don't get a chance to ask her if she knows anything about Haven's Fen, man. If she's visited there.
Well, that should have been a good plan.
We missed the
Yeah.
opportunity.
I
I was
think
planning to ask, and then.
so. I think you probably could have asked of it. I think she wouldn't know too much. I don't think she would even necessarily know of the name, to be honest.
Didn't even manage to get a number.
But you do, each of you, as you look down, for those of you who drank the tea, there is a little kind of sprig of like hawthorn just pinned on each of your lapels, just kind of bound and pinned, a little mark.
Did you end up drinking?
Oh,
Those of you who drank it anyway. I think there was only the three of you that drank. Four? Did you drink it in the end?
I went and
Okay.
I can
Four.
I wasn't trusting the situation. I wasn't there.
I turned around to Bo. Oh no, I can't see you, can I? No,
Well,
He's not very well
I
hidden.
was
Like-
oh, Bo,
like
you
I'm
don't
like-
have to hide. She's absolutely lovely. And I turned around and she's not.
Yeah. Her, the carriage,
Come out that way.
all of it is gone. And with that, you continue on, heading on your way, continue through the woods. I imagine at some point, eventually, after a reasonable amount of travel, you would find somewhere to camp and sort of set up for the night. Does anyone want to do anything in this kind of second evening as we just sort of slowly meander on?
We think it's going to be, what, 5-7 days?
It's 7 days roughly in all. Assuming you don't get lost or something along the way and add some time. But.
So I'm planning to have a campfire hallucinogenic wine session, but I think maybe when we're a bit closer in. I mean, I'm going to drink the hallucinogenic wine. You're all welcome to join me, but I think it's for maybe a day or two out from Haver's Fen.
Nice.
When we get there.
Because you're only nice and hungover when we arrive.
Yeah, just nicely on the edge.
Slightly buzzed.
What's this wine gonna do to me?
Well, they do say that it helps you to see glimpses of the future.
Well, sounds good to me.
I
If
know.
you're taking it out, I'll
Right.
take some, sure.
You just
Bottoms
assured
up.
me you'll be okay to drive after this.
Oh, yes, I expect so. I've never tried it before. I made it before we came. I had to have a little bit of help because I'm not so good with the alchemist tools, but I feel sure that Asphodel was up to the task, and yes, excited to give it a shot. Right?
I think I'll pass this time.
You're lost.
I'll,
Always up for trying a new tipple.
And you as
sort of
well.
shake it around in the
But like it
There's
tastes
probably no way I
right
would
to me,
want.
so I put a little bit of mint shine in to dilute it a little.
Well, that way now. Be clear, we're not drinking it yet. This is
Sorry.
2 days out.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm just
Looking forward to it.
Teaser campaign.
And so with that, that night fades into the next day, which is relatively uneventful. On day 3, you pass out of the woods into kind of more sort of scattered farmland and such like, some more dry knolls about the place and that sort of thing. But continue on the road. The road itself, the further you're getting away from Eversmoke, the less well-travelled it is. You see the occasional other kind of traveller along the way, but less and less. It's just there's not as many people travelling these roads the further you get away, and sort of set up camp for on the 3rd evening. Kind of pass through again without too much event, and then on to the kind of 4th day. There's kind of low hills that are rising and falling, a bit like sort of sleeping giants. More gorse and heather that start to blanket some of the surrounding hills, golden and violet kind of colours.
Any sort of building settlements even in the distance, or
as you've gone by, like farther off, you've probably seen the odd sort of town or such like in the distance. The road itself hasn't passed through any particular towns, but you have seen the odd ones that are more kind of, they tend to go a little bit towards the north, or there's probably been 1 or 2, I guess, towards the coast in the south as well, but pretty far a distance. The road just sort of weaves through this sort of central part, and you start to then realise as you get into this, as you're kind of following the ridge line into maybe a more sort of wide basin of gorse and kind of wind matted grass, kind of hills rolled and fold, and you see like a kind of crooked ash tree ahead of you, where the fork path seems to split. Bo, as you're coming to this, you're just struck by a sudden kind of, we've passed this tree before. Kieran, you're utterly convinced it's the first time you've seen this tree, and it's a really interesting tree.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what about Ollie? Because Ollie also didn't drink the tea. Does that make any difference whatsoever? Guys, have we been here before? That
What?
tree looks very familiar.
No. We definitely not. We're definitely going in the right direction here.
This is quite an obvious tree.
Yeah.
No way we
and I
passed by this
remember
building
it.
once. Well, I remember it.
Well, how are we gonna solve this? Rock, paper, scissors?
Anyone in between can roll me a perception check if they want.
7.
13.
21.
Instead of rolling a perception check, I'd like to ask the horses how they think.
Nice.
Okay, yes, were you asking the horses?
Which horse?
Lord,
The horses roll perception checks. With horse stats.
settle an argument. Our friend here thinks we've maybe passed this tree before, but I'm pretty sure we've been going southwest the whole time.
Settle an argument. Horse. We got 21. We're still going to check the horses.
I was going to ask why we kept going in circles.
Oh.
And then
Nice.
Peter chimes in like, we've not been going in circles. What are you talking about?
Oh no.
Thanks, Peter. Well, and I want your opinion. I'll ask for
Still
it.
valuable.
To the perception checks, I think only Gus would know that would be of the agreement with Bo. The other pair, you're convinced it's the first time you've seen the tree.
So, I do have to say that I've consulted with our horses, and the Lord's pretty convinced we've been going in circles. I don't know how that's happened.
That's what I've been saying. This looks very much familiar.
Well, I have to say you're probably right.
But it-
I wonder how that's happened.
If we've been following a straight road.
Yes, who's got the map?
How have we managed to go in a circle without reconnecting with power? How would that happen?
Well, we did have an interaction with some fairy folk. Sometimes they mess with aspects of reality, right?
It is very obvious as it is a non-Euclidean space.
Ah, yes. It's probably that thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that
yeah, I know
being
that
said,
is.
how do we re-Euclidean it?
He was a centaur.
Well, this is a good question.
Oui.
I'm going to look through my spells and see if there's anything I could learn for tomorrow.
Well, given the fact that we're probably still going the right direction, should we just keep going?
I think
We
we
are
should
not
just,
going
let's
the right
just
direction.
keep going, guys. I don't think we're going in circles
I
here.
think it's
Lord, we're at a path, fork in the road. Did you say?
Yeah. The tree kind of marked a fork.
With my perception check, can I look in the map, especially with my cartographer tools or navigator tools, and get some more of a sense of what's going on?
Yeah. Roll me, I guess, either investigation or perception. I guess whatever you prefer out of those two. With advantage because of the cartographer's tools.
Or with proficiency?
So the proficiency in the tools gives you advantage on the check, and so you can either take advantage to perception or investigation,
I will take the investigation.
or possibly insight. I guess something of that ilk would work if there's a different skill instead. Roughly that.
Investigation's good. Okay, 18.
So you can definitely identify some kind of key markers to the trail. What this basically counts as is one success. You guys are stuck in this sort of space that you're a bit lost in. That's one success in getting out of it. You need 3 successes or 3 failures, whichever comes first, if that makes sense to get out. You've got one
I feel
success
like maybe
so far.
we would run on ahead to try and prove them all wrong.
Run on
You
ahead.
want to do that?
I'm riding an ostrich. How can you run ahead of an ostrich?
Yeah, well, you're all like at the tree, convinced you're running a circle. I think maybe I would like try and ask you.
Which way does the Lord?
Let's just keep going and see if we end up back where we were. And if we don't, then we're right and they're wrong.
I don't know.
Back that way. Back that way.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I don't know if it is the mystical fumes of the forest, but I want to beat Kieran to death.
It's all right. It's not the first time he's.
It
had
is
these-
definitely not the first time I've done it this way, but I don't know. I just wanted to voice that.
I sprint off.
Roll me a perception check as you go.
7.
Anyone else
Before-
want to roll me a perception check as you watch Kieran run off?
This is just going to run in a circle.
That's good.
Just wondering, does anybody happen to recall if we have theoretically been at this tree before? Does anybody remember which way we took on the fork previously?
Is Kieran gone? Is he no longer in my eyesight?
Are you actively looking?
Before he leaves,
Joel
our
has managed to
area,
keep track of him, but I don't know if you.
I can't. 'cause I
Were you
Oh, do you
actively
think
looking?
He's still making progress.
Yeah.
He's definitely making progress.
He's just on your horizon of your eyesight, though, and the way that a lot of this land, there's this level, like as you're focusing, there's this level of mist, particularly on the outer edges of what you see, and Kieran is definitely looming towards said mist.
Before he leaves our area entirely, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on him, so I've got advantage on checks to find him.
Okay, right. Shoot with an arrow.
I'm going to sort of
Sure.
try to find
Then
some
we can
form
follow
of
her
way.
lot.
Yeah.
Do I remember Kieran having ever existed?
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah. This is how first player character Death comes
I
in.
was hoping.
Nobody remembers me.
So I've got an idea. I could cast locate animals or plants.
On him?
Well,
That's
no,
great.
it's so name a specific kind of beast or plant. So I could name this tree, and then I learn the direction. It's just instantaneous. I'd have to cast this more than once.
Or the sprig of hawthorn on my
Can you
on
replicate
that specific twig, right?
I
Or just you.
Yeah. I can. It's level 2, so I can only cast it twice. I was thinking, like, if we keep the tree to our northeast, then we would definitely be traveling southwest. But
I think I would allow if you want to do that as an attempt at a success, I would allow you to do that.
I think we
To
probably
do
need
it
to.
at a key moment, but I would allow you to.
do it maybe later on afterward, because like at the moment it's just going to be like, well, there it
Yeah.
is.
I think I would be happy to give you that as an automatic success at the point you want it to come up.
Well, it's me and then run in the mist. So we're running into the mist.
Is anyone stopping Kieran from Ned? As you can just see him fading out into the distance.
No,
I don't think anyone is.
I'm keeping an eye on him, but
He disappears out of sight. You think you're just keeping on running?
Alright.
I'm still trying to remember which way did we go with this fog the previous town.
The Lord thinks we should turn back.
Roll me another, I guess,
Turn
perception
back.
check.
If we've
You're
already
going-
come this way, turning back isn't going to help us.
Then we'd be going back on ourselves because we're going the right way, and that would be the wrong way.
No, you don't understand.
It is
We've been going in circles, you see. So
But I'm adamant that we haven't.
But
No, I asked the horses.
theoretically, if we have been going in a circle and we've come back to this fork, which way did we go last time? And if we go the other way, maybe that will get us out of this.
Or
Conundrum.
it'll take us in the wrong direction. Because we're following the map, you see.
you're a ranger. Can't you track our
This
tracks?
is actually
Good point.
the exit of the.
I'm just too busy laughing at what's happening here, to be honest.
We're looking for ostrich tracks. It should be fairly
Okay,
obvious.
look, I draw a big loop in the sand.
In the dirt.
The sand.
Okay.
The sand here. I've decided.
There's not a patch,
And I
You're gonna fold the sand.
I do a little loop like this, and I point at the fork in the road at the base where we are.
Oh.
I'm like this. We keep going in the loop like this, but if we turn back, then there will be another fork, but a different fork that we have not seen.
I got a 14.
I think you realise at this point that as you're running that no one's came with you,
Yeah.
and you're not 100% certain where they even are.
Like,
it's very,
Is it this,
it's
is
gotten
it really
more and more
thick?
misty.
Like, how much can I see?
Not very far. The fog has gotten thicker, and
Am
you're
I, do I
definitely a
think
little
that I'm
bit.
still on a path? Am I still on a path? Or
Not
am I
confidently,
on the grass?
no.
Oh,
You're
okay.
on kind of the kind of grassy sort of heather and such like, and
Yeah.
back and about.
Okay, I think I maybe stop and I'm just like,
Does it seem new?
I try and go back the way I came.
Maybe investigation again, or perception again, if you'd rather, whichever you would like to see if you can try and find your way
They're
back.
both plus 0. Not 20.
Hey!
Out of the mist, returning back towards you, comes Kieran.
If I got any less than a nat 20 without me, that's fine. I think we're stuck. I think we might be, non-eucalyptus. What is this? I don't know. You're smarter than me.
Yes.
Sometimes just leaving people, like, sort it out. I'll have a little look around the ground.
I'm like panting, like out of
We'll
breath.
become condescending.
So, only some things. So I'm going to do a survival check on the ground, or perception, whatever you'd rather. Try to look for tracks, especially like the carriage going back on itself, or anything like that, to see if we went down one of these two paths before, or if we've turned around and gone back before. Like, try to get all, essentially looking to see where the footprints are, if there's any.
Okay, roll me survival.
80.
There's not obvious tracks both behind you or in front of you. There's something to this space that seems almost a bit liminal.
A bit similar to the carriage from before.
There's something definitely at least arcane, if not to this whole area that you've found yourself. And you do notice, however, looking up further ahead of you, just sort of sitting through the mist, is some kind of standing stone that you can see out ahead a bit.
So is that down the left or right hand side of the fork? If it makes sense. So
It's kind of just sitting on a little bit of the top of a hill just further ahead. to neither fork necessarily.
Would you say the space itself is strange, or we are like under a spell, or
No,
diseased in some way?
I think you can recognize it's the space itself. You're in some kind of slightly odd, misty, There's something to the space that you've stumbled into rather than your own brains are affected, kind of thing.
What are we hearing it?
Can I just...
Is it quite quiet? Is there...
Quiet, surprisingly quiet actually. Like as you think about it, there's not any obvious bird sounds. It's remarkably still. It's peaceful, but it's fairly still.
The information that we got from Thor talks about an old woman talking about something like a deep place that breathes and ancient stones in the east of the fen. If we're heading west, then that would be possibly where we are.
Well, there's a big stone up there, pointing towards that stone that I sort of saw in the distance.
Could there be something in that? Is that possibly...
I would be inclined to turn back, as the horse suggests.
I wonder if we should investigate the stone over there, see if it's got any sort of markings or anything about it.
Yeah, we won't leave your eyesight.
Or you could come with us.
Yes, now might not be the time to split the party.
I mean,
It's within
I
eyesight,
went out.
isn't it?
I went into the mist and I came
Yes.
back. Right.
But this is within eyesight, though.
Yeah, it's within eyesight.
This is within
I don't
eyesight.
know.
It actually seems like this is the perfect time to split the party. Because whichever way we go,
Somebody
we
will
will,
get
all, we will all arrive at the same space.
I hate just sitting around doing nothing, so I'll go see the stone with someone.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to investigate stone.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you make your way towards the stone, and you find it it's covered in moss, this standing stone. It's well worn, but it's also very clearly deliberate. Like it's not like just a nice rock. Like it's huge, but just kind of jutting out from the ground. And in its center, there's just this sort of very slender spiral to it. It's got like a kind of shallow. So at its center, there's a kind of shallow depression ringed by. So, let me say that again. So, it has a sort of slender spiral engraved in it, but then around it, as you look around, it's in like this sort of shallow depression, the stone itself, and then there's this like ring of like flat stones that just spiral out from it that have all been kind of smoothed down. And as you look over the stone itself, you would see a bit more closely that there's etched stonework in it, a kind of winding path that's etched into the stone. So there's this big stone covered in moss in the center. There's this kind of spiral of flat stones that go out from it, and then on the stone itself is this kind of etched marking. And anyone who wants to can make me either a religion or a history check as they kind of look over it.
I'll go down in front of it with my hand.
Can I?
18.
Sorry. Oh, it's too late.
I heard an 18. What else did we get? Sorry.
Can I use silvery barbs to give Ross disadvantage
Amazing.
and Donnie advantage?
That's hilarious.
On the roll?
I got that one.
19.
Great. I love that.
I didn't know that's how that could even be used.
Hey, this is the sort of thing we came to this country to see, right? These standing stones.
Absolutely.
Crazy. Don't get that over a rift spire.
It's a lot of history you get
Over in the
this
colonies. Crazy. Wow.
Sorry, just one second.
place. Ancient monuments are quite something to behold.
Is it a
Probably older than our cities.
Could well be.
Is it a pattern?
I'll tell you about it.
Yeah. So.
That's also good as well.
I'm waiting for
So,
that.
yeah. So the symbol on the stone,
I feel like
those of you who got above a 15, so 15 or above, would recognize it as the mark of Erenor, or one of the symbols of Erenor. It's essentially, when you look at it closely, it's this kind of key within a broken chain that's just at the center of this spiral. There's also some runic words written around it, but it's hard. I don't know if anyone wants to try and decipher what they say. It's in runic, but if you can try and work out a way either through investigation or some other kind of check to try and establish, you can clarify what it actually says.
Yeah,
Get a feeling from it.
can I use comprehend languages?
You can use comprehend languages, yeah. And so it's just with this cast of the spell. What it's saying in runic is, walk not for distance but for meaning, turn in silence, bear to the stone, and let your weight bear witness. So walk not for distance but for meaning, turn in silence, bear to the stone, and let your weight bear witness.
I turn silently and then do a bear impression towards the stone.
Arr. Nothing happens. And I guess you would probably be able to tell from the, from the runic, you would be able to tell the distinction of bear as in, so bear to the stone as in,
Yourself.
like bear naked or something. If that helps.
Oh right, not as in.
I walk.
But the other bear is to bear wit. So there's bear. So walk not for distance, but for meaning. Turn in silence. Bear, as in bear naked, to the stone, and let your weight bear, as in to bear something. Witness.
Wait, W-E-A.
Let your
G-H-T.
Uh-huh.
I walk
Checking.
towards the stone until I feel as much as I can feel.
So you're just kind of walking straight at it. Yeah.
I'm walking straight at it until I get like some kind of tingling sensation, and then I'm gonna turn around and
Empty your piggy
pull
bank.
out my bunghole and empty my piggy bank, then lay down.
So nothing happened.
What were you rolling? You got a 19 for something.
That was
this check to see
that was to understand. You know, what was
Right.
Is it suggesting that we are supposed to be naked towards the stone?
So, Cal, I vaguely described when I was.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yes.
As I like got down on my knees and like put my hand on the main stone, like in the kind of small burial.
Yeah.
That didn't activate it.
No, it didn't activate anything. I think the one thing I would say is that you did feel maybe a connection between the central stone and the spiral of stones that go out from it.
And have they been apparent the whole time?
Yeah, they've been there. Sorry, yeah, I don't know if I explained that.
Spirals of
Yeah.
50
Yeah, so
radius.
central big, yeah, and it just spirals out like a good, 20 feet radius in all or something like that.
Yeah. And then after that, feeling that connection, I'll get up to slowly follow the spiral out of the way.
You don't, nothing happens.
So any merit in sort of rubbing some of the moss off? Are there any more etchings or?
You can rub a little off. It doesn't seem to necessarily reveal much more.
I got a 21 on my religion check with my comprehend languages. Does that
Okay.
change anything? Or change my interpretation?
I think so. Probably from that, I would say you feel three key phrases that really stood out in the sentence: turn in silence, bear to the stone, let your weight bear witness. There's there's something in that you think so those associate with three actions.
Get naked and spin?
You first.
Just like an old party in the south.
Is there anything in this that will be allow itself to be turned? Like
You can roll an investigation. Look over it.
just yeah. Let's find out. 17.
No, nothing obviously seems to turn. No.
So this might be us turn. Some sort of ritual or dance.
Does it say turn to the stone or turn from
Turn
the stone?
in silence. Bear to the stone.
Then we need to be bare, and we need to turn in silence. What was the third part?
let your weight bear witness.
Right, just put their bare ass on the stone. Lean it on it. That's all I've got.
Yeah, right. So wait, did you follow the spiral from the inside of the stone out the way?
Yeah.
Should we try following the spiral from the outside in the way?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my shoes and socks off. I'm
Okay.
gonna follow the stones, and I'm gonna be I'm gonna walk backwards. I'm gonna be as
Okay.
silent as I possibly can.
Okay.
And I'm gonna walk around into the middle.
Uh-huh.
I don't think this is correct. Does anything happen?
While he's doing that, I steal his sausage shoes and take them.
Callum has that look on his face like, why are you such idiots?
So
Like I'm not the smartest guy in the world.
Anyone watching this will feel the exact same.
Yeah.
Who are these 6 idiots?
Yeah, I'm just screaming like it's so obvious.
Doors, get naked!
Some people are always screaming that at the internet.
oh, oops.
That's not who watched
Apologies.
this for.
So as Kieran does this, you feel the sense of there's a sense of warmth that starts to bubble up, but then it just fades. You feel like you were very close.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Alright, we're getting there.
Like warmth
Okay,
in
boys.
your cheeks.
Bed to the stone.
I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Guys,
And I'm
guys, something worked there. Something worked.
I'm gonna take off my clothes.
Oh, good grief.
Wait.
Then
And I
he's
will-
not again.
Silently, I will turn. I will walk in the spiral towards the stone, and then as I get to the stone, I'm just gonna bear your weight to the stone. So I'm gonna mentally imagine just laying down my burdens, the weights that I've been carrying.
What is one of the first burdens that comes to mind, or what is a weight? It can even be something that you've carried on your person, but something that comes to mind in that moment.
The weight of the task that I have that can't be shared.
So in that moment, first off, you look. There's this sense of warmth that just waves out from the center of the stone, but it just washes over you. You look, and in your hand is a small iron token that, if you want to add to your inventory, a Waykeeper's token, just forms in your hand, and a name that you'd heard fades from your mind. You can't recall it. There was a name and that you heard very recently, and that name just is gone. And any maybe paper or something that had it written on it has faded.
I should have known the opportunity to get naked would not disappoint.
You also hear a small whisper in your ear that was like, "You just needed to take your shoes off."
Nope.
Wait, is that the only thing you left on?
As a halfling, you would be barefoot anyway, right?
Yeah. Do we all
Wait.
need to do it?
Are you? That was a whisper in your ear. Are you telling us? Or are you shouting back as we're like watching you do this?
Gentlemen, I do believe that worked. I have this token just appeared, and something that was, I don't even recall now.
Wait, will this help us get where we're going? This token of
Oh, I
yours?
believe so. I have a warmth that just, I believe it's going to be okay.
Okay,
Phineas, can you put your clothes back on?
Well,
Nope.
seems
Never
like this
again.
is the right way to do it. And that starts stripping off. Kieran's gone. He's copying Phineas, just trying to do the same thing.
So what do you do when you get to the stone?
Did you kind of explain that you were like, you know,
It was about a laying down of a weight that I've been carrying. I don't even recall what it was, though. I remember thinking about something that was bothering me. And it's gone. It's literally just, it's
It is not in my mind anymore. This is the most peculiar sensation, but it's good and it feels warm and yeah.
I guess Kieran kind of puts a hand on his bracelet that was the sort of heirloom passed down to him. You see this like really sort of Celtic kind of metal band around his wrist, and he's just thinking of the reason he's here, and thinking of his family and what he's left behind in Ironport, but also what he's here to do, and kind of, the kind of stress that's been on his mind, and tries to sort of just be like, it's gonna be alright, just kind of let that relax.
In Kieran's mind, he gets a very brief flash of an older tiefling that he recognizes, tied and bound, and then it disappears again, just for a very brief second. But I guess the other thing he would feel is that there's some kind of a pull, a tug, a golden path that just seemed to be drawing you towards them.
Okay.
Don't know
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And he also then would receive in his hand you can add it, the Waykeeper's token it's called.
I saw something.
Do you recall it? Or has it gone from the way the man just disappeared?
I think someone I know is in danger. I gotta help. I think we're on the right path though. I think this is... Guys, come on, we all gotta get naked here. There's no other way.
Isn't it beautiful? I just I give Kieran a big hug.
Yeah, we're just embracing him.
This is less fun in my island.
We're never gonna get out of here.
A high one. Let's go.
Do I also get the whisper that it could have only been my socks and shoes?
No, I don't think so.
Sorry, guys. I don't know any better. I would have told you.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Exact same thing. Probably when it comes to the weight on my mind, perhaps guilt is the thing that maybe echoes out, if you know what I mean. So as I'm getting towards it.
You see for a very brief second flash in your mind of a place that you know, a swampy, very home place, but on the edge of a property that you recognise very well, just peeking out of the ground, something ancient, something buried, something that someone else uncovered.
Arch just say your mum.
Whoa.
And it goes.
Did you catch a glimpse of something?
Yeah.
You alright, cuz?
You might need to go home soon. But I'll leave it at that.
Well, no one's ever said Dole's the last one to get naked at a party, right? Then I do the same thing I've seen everyone else do.
As he takes his kill. My oh my.
No,
Some of that.
as you're also an equally impressive mustache.
Roll. Not like that.
I should have known when I used the word bear that it would have gone this way. Anyway. So yeah, you make the journey. What comes to Dole's mind as he approaches the stone?
I feel very responsible for my father's death, and I want to let go of that.
you see a glimpse of a moment of your father, looking very regal, or regal is it? Regal in in Celtic terms. You see behind him the flash of a figure that you recognise. And it's almost like you see his face like a snapshot again and again and again throughout time, and this figure walks closer and closer and closer and then stabs him in the neck. And so you see a progression of a story, I guess, for a second, if that makes sense.
Do I get like an idea of how long the span of the story?
Decades.
Decades. Sweet.
I have been naked the whole time.
Can you take your shoes off?
And now that your piggy bank is empty, you're not even carrying any weight.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah, I guess as I get closer to the stone, I think about like my relationship with ownership and subservience, and feeling a great debt of gratitude to my creator, but also the sort of confusion of having a relationship of, you know, a parental relationship with someone who you, like, who made you with their hands, and how after my creator's death that interpretation was sort of bastardized by his son into being more of a relationship that a pet has with an owner, or an animal in a zoo has with the paying customers.
I think Gus in this moment then would first see himself, whatever visualization of chains that are on him are open, but they're still on, if that makes sense. So the chains are there, they are unlocked, but they are on. He would then see a second glimpse of said brother in priest robes, and then it fades.
All five.
Well, I didn't. Very well.
In our full glory.
So,
Oleander gets down to just a vest.
Oleander hears a whisper in his note.
very folding his clothes as he goes, nice neatly, so on. And actually, what you spot is on his back there are these quite crude tribal orcish tattoos, which are very much in contrast with the very prim, very proper Oleander that you know and tolerate. So he walks the same path that the others have. And I think the thing that is on his mind is just his constant need for approval to prove himself to others, to demonstrate that he's good enough, that he has value.
Yeah, I think there is maybe a flash of moments. I don't know if botany takes place in a lab. Does it sort of a lab? Kind of a lab?
Yeah, kind of a workshop.
Yeah, kind of workshop lab. A flash of maybe moments of creation Oleander and another figure that he knows well, maybe side by side in a moment, and then apart the next. There is moments of showering adulation over that other figure and a more shadowed picture of Oleander. But in the kind of glorious showering picture of that other figure, a shadow just seems to creep in, and the glowing glow that was over them just mutes and fades and gets darker and darker. And the figure of Oleander in the shadow, there's just this glow of light in your chest that just seems to get brighter and brighter. And then the moment fades. And each of you can also add that Wayfinder's token if you wish. It's fairly simple. I think it gives you a
Advantage on insight and
once a day. It's like a just a little thing for
once a day.
insight or survival, I think.
Are we going to get dressed?
Do we get out of here?
Don't you all feel liberated?
No,
Feel a little chilly.
you don't have your shoes back.
He's doing his
Just wearing these massive oversized shoes.
They're hiding in my backpack, that's what they are.
I think I might continue on like this.
I think we should make this a regular ritual that we do, just as a group.
Share with one another.
I feel a lot closer to you all
Very well.
as we speak. And
Again, from my height,
Yeah.
this is not fun.
I'm sidling closer.
I think there is something beautiful in taking these moments to share one another's burdens.
What I can say is that
Keep your burdens to yourself.
a great number of druidic rituals do seem to require disrobing.
As Oleander says that, this very faint whisper comes in his ear. Just need to take off your shoe.
or sometimes not as much as that. Yeah.
Well, indeed, not always.
Anyway,
Well, perhaps
just tie up. Let's
maybe
press on, shall we?
maybe
Butt cheeks shining in the sun as he wanders off. And the mist has faded at this stage. The path ahead becomes much more clear than it was before. The road obviously laid out.
The horses
As
do
I-
the same ritual, or
Plop round.
Take the horseshoes off.
that's it. So that would be a nightmare.
More ambitious.
Yeah, that's a problem for you guys.
Let's not do that. The farrier and
I think give it a shot. Give it a try.
and Lord seems quite happy to follow the path.
Yeah.
The horse had just backed
Yeah.
away and watched us all stripping off next to the stone.
I don't know if horses really get the concept of nudity, to be honest. But okay, so
Well, these ones are chatting away, apparently. So.
All right, come on. Who's hid my shoes? They're not around anywhere. I left them right here. It can't have been anyone else. It's only the six of us.
I don't know. Maybe Marveline took them.
Yeah.
Marveline,
All right. Come on. Give them back.
he's still naked, by the way. So
Well, it's not you.
I'm never wearing clothes again.
just the cane, just the cane.
Armor class.
And the hat.
Monocle. So yeah, you get them back. Don't worry. So it's not worth a joke.
Sweet. And you guys can head on your way, continuing on the path, find somewhere to kind of camp up for the night, for the end of the 4th day of travel. Is there anything folks are wanting to do on this evening, as you've kind of gathered together around the campfire?
Just continue our fight training, I guess.
Yeah?
think as the cold sets in, I might just start to put a couple of layers back on.
Just the blanket.
So with that, the next morning comes. You kind of make your way out. The kind of path narrows between like rocky hills from this point onwards, marked with sort of toppled standing stones. You notice a number of them. They become more common in this place. It seems to have quite an ancient but forgotten sort of ritual history to it, I guess, if that makes sense. But looking up, and you kind of travel your way down the road, taking some times. We've definitely we're into now the beginnings of much more of the moorland sort of area. The landscape is a lot more barren around here. There's the odd tree, but they're fairly occasional. It's a lot of bracken and heather all over the place. There's bits of the path that just get really boggy and peaty and such like, and it's just becoming much more and more the kind of commonplace, even to the point where you're really struggling to get the carriage to go too much further with you. It is constantly getting stuck as you go. I don't know what you want to do about that.
I think to some degree, I would have had a lot of experience traversing through swamps, which I suppose are somewhat similar to bogs in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know if there's a way that I'd maybe be able to pick and choose better terrain to go over that would
maybe
reduce the chance.
roll me survival if to see.
18 plus 5, so
Okay.
23.
So with your guidance, possibly you leading on ahead on your ostrich, you can manage to kind of pick out more of a path and keep the carriage going with you a little bit further. You do start to wonder whether or not this carriage is just too heavy to make it all the way if the tracks keep on going like this, but you've at least got maybe another kind of the rest of the day's travel ahead of you. It's just getting worse basically.
Would we be able if we're on the journey, we might need to look out for a space that leaving a carriage behind in would be fine to find on the way back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep.
Landmark, or particularly noticeable, like there's no standing stone or something like a rock somewhere particular that's.
Yeah, I mean they
big
pop up
steep-
every so often, so you can definitely at some point just keep an eye out for
Never know.
for one.
The bog around these parts, how much would you say it's breathing?
Roll me a perception, I guess.
Can I use a luck point to give myself advantage?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
You don't got inspiration, do you?
Oh, I do have
You
inspiration.
do also have that
No,
inspiration,
I
but
didn't drink the tea.
no.
You didn't.
How much is this bog rattling?
That's an nat 20.
All the time.
Didn't rat it.
Oh, it's a...
What did you get? Sorry.
Playing that tune.
Oh, nat
But
20.
it's not
It's not breathing. Like it's not. It's but there is very clearly like there's an ancientness to it. There's a mystery or a myth or a forgottenness to the land. You're now at a point where you're really quite removed from civilization, essentially. Like from what the hub of industry and power and steam power and arcana and all the rest of it, Eversmoke is. This is the opposite of that. It's wild, it's free, and it has a sense of life and spirit to it that was definitely lacking where you've come from. In contrast, and you can feel it in the land. So it's not breathing, but it is maybe more alive in a sense. As you continue down the road, however, the road narrows to a point. There's quite, like either side of it is a very boggy, marshy water. Like it's the sort of land that you really couldn't get the carriage through. So this is almost like a bit of a choke point in what is like a very sparse landscape, but it's kind of just by the nature of the land a bit of a choke point. And you see a burnt husk of a wagon in the middle of, just sitting in the middle of the road. And looming over it are 3 massive figures. At a glance, you can tell they seem to be cyclopses. 2 larger ones, 1 littler one, and they are just chewing and crunching on bones with a brutish glee to them. All three of the Cyclopses, they have their kind of single giant eyes. They're kind of knotted and hunched with lumpy features and crude leather covering them. And the smallest one bounds around the wagon, singing a little to himself. The biggest one, appears to be female and wears some kind of iron-shod mask that is like dangling off the side of her belt. And beneath the kind of crusted fold of her brow, her eye glows with a faint red to it, a little bit like coal beneath ash. They are very solidly in your way for you to continue on towards Haver's Fen. And I think we will leave it there for this session and pick up with your choices of what you want to do with these Cyclopses next time.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, it's been great to have you with us here in No Danger. See you next time.
Thank you.